You got it out.
Hey, Shalom, I'll give you how about Shimmy Yahushai, the water, Yahweh about Shimmy Yahushai. Another day out here on the streets. We're the prophets of the Heavenly Father. We're the Israelites. In case you didn't know, the Israelites you read about in the Bible are black. They're not white. That's the biggest lie ever told on earth.
That's right.
The one who you call Jesus Christ is a black man, not a cracker.
The ultimate prophet.
And yeah, you're getting ready to see it very shortly, because America will be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. You better watch that Iran situation. It's only going to get worse. Right. Missiles will be fired to this place. Thus saith the Heavenly Father. All right? Get me, start off with Luke 21. That's what we're going to. Start with Luke 21. Luke 21 started the first verse. You know? So we're living in that time, but we've been prophesying these things for years and years and years. Now, everything is coming to pass, man. And it's beautiful. Our time to shine under our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, is very close. And we're very close to the demise of the so-called white man. Your America's going right down the toilet. So if you got these plans, you better change them plans, Jack. This place is over. All right? We're living in a time now where your stock market is about to crash. And when that shit crashed on the level of 1929, you're done.
That's right.
Because unlike the people back then, you guys today can't, you don't know how to survive in rough times. First of all, most of America is over with. And I guess one guy brought up a point about the Civil War. Yeah, there's gonna be a Civil War, but I'm wondering how they're gonna fight, because everybody's fat.
Yeah.
You know?
And on drugs.
And on drugs, medicated up. So this place is polluted.
Yep.
All right? You got fags and lesbians and weirdos all over the place. The seasonings is already there.
Hey,
if you in your mind think that this place can carry on like this, you're gone.
Hey, you're talking about the economy. You're talking about the stock market crashing.
Yeah.
What about the federal debt or the national debt?
Nobody talks about that.
Who they in debt to?
Right.
And what happens when you can't pay your debt? It becomes foreclosed.
Right, and you become a slave unto another entity that you owe the debt to.
The international bankers, New World Order.
That's right, and we're there. So this thing with Iran, you might say, oh, that's tough. Trump just sent troops over there.
That's right.
The action, the action is already being brought. And that's according, matter of fact, somebody hold me a scripture about the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man.
Yeah, well, my man, the prime minister of the leader of Iran,
yeah,
he said, I mentioned it in a video, another video that another brother put up, and he said, well, all our war, that was the name of the video that I did, but I said, the dude was calm. He said, look, we don't want war, but if the United States attack us,
we're going to defend ourselves.
We're going to defend ourselves. It's going to be all our war. It's going to be an all our fucking war.
Now,
and it's going to be casualties on both sides. And then you think it's just going to be the United States and Iran? Russia's going to get involved.
Yep.
Saudi Arabia. Syria.
Yeah, well, Saudi Arabia, I guess, is on the side of the United States.
Yeah, for now. But you know, they're going. But in the history of the United States and Saudi Arabia has been always shaky. They act like they're down, but they'll turn on their asses just to say, because they're Arabs.
That's right. And then Russia is definitely going to back Iran. North Korea is going to back Iran.
Other European countries.
China is going to back Iran.
That's right. Other European countries. Don't forget about the prophecy about the beast shall hate the whore, because when Trump made that when he bailed out of that the nuclear agreement, them other NATO countries were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Trump is doing what the fuck he want to do. We don't want that. So that process is already starting. Of the beast shall hate the whore.
Hey,
so this thing, man, they're gonna. The scripture says the beast shall hate the whore. All your allies will come against your ass.
Hey, what's that in Daniel? Said his look was more stout than his fellow?
Yeah.
Ezekiel 38.
Yeah, cut.
It says, thus saith the word of the Lord unto me, saying.
Yeah, we're the prophets of the Lord. And the prophets gonna look just like us, not no cracker. All right? You're the prophets of doom. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna say it right. You're the prophets of Satan, which are false prophets. All right?
Hey, you sound like
Esau. That's Esau.
That's crackers. We gotta let them know. We gotta let them know what it's all about here. You know, they walk by here. You have to know what the deal is. Your time to shine is your light is being put out right before your very eyes.
Hey, you know what I was watching last night, man? I woke up like on 4 in the morning, and on my phone, because I had my phone, I could connect to the TV. But I was bad. I was kind of getting into it. Y'all gonna laugh. The animated little biblical stories, cartoon biblical stories.
Yeah, some of them are good. Yeah.
Some of them shows, I mean, they got crackers, but it was bad. I was watching the one about Isaac, in particular Isaac, and they had a little cracker cart, but they were kind of rough. they were the way they were going deep into the history of Israel and Esau and how Esau stole the birthright. It's bad. You gotta get into it a little bit. I was up at 4 or 5 in the morning watching this shit of how the tribes we sold Joseph and all that. But it was bad. But it was going into the ancient world how Esau, how Rebecca, which Rebecca was a so-called black woman, how the Lord, how the Most High controls things. Because Esau was supposed to get the birthright.
Right.
He was the firstborn, man. So Esau, but then how Rebecca, the Most High, used Rebecca to supplant Esau and Isaac. Isaac was into Esau.
Yeah.
He thought and Isaac, we know in the reincarnation was Yahushua. Isaac, Yahushua liked Esau.
Yeah.
As a son of Esau. I mean, he loved Isaac, but Esau was more rough.
He loved Jacob, but he loved like that.
He loved Jacob.
Well, the scripture says he loved him because he loved his venison.
He loved Jacob.
Esau was a hell of a cook.
But that little cartoon showed all that. They had it down packed, man, with the scriptures. It was like right with the scriptures. He's like, yeah, father. And so Isaac was all into Esau, man. Esau, man, that's my man. Yeah. That's my man right there. I mean, I love Jacob, but Esau was going, but then the Most High used Rebecca. Like, they even showed Rebecca. Like, she loved her son Esau too, but she loved Jacob, man. She's like, no, fuck that. We're going to supplant your father. We're going to trick him. And it was like, no, the Lord. She said, look. She was like, let whatever person come on me. The Spirit of the Lord was on the black woman. Back then, that's when the black woman was righteous. And she said, no, you supposed to get it, man. You the guy. And then he did it. And then Jacob got the birthright.
That's right.
Because it was always meant.
And the Lord didn't condemn Jacob or Rebecca for that.
No, the Lord didn't do it.
The Lord loves Jacob.
But when you read Genesis 25 and 21, it tells you, when you read, he told Rebecca, the Lord, he said, look, you have twins. He said, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's right. Now the younger is supposed to serve the elder. Right. So the Most High already told Rebecca, look,
what's going to be?
This is how it's going to be. I'm going to flip it this time. So Rebecca already knew. So the Most High, when it came to her in a dream, told her, look, Jacob is the guy. That's right. I know traditionally, but no, Jacob, so Rebecca knew already. She already knew that Jacob was supposed to be the ruler.
And she followed orders.
And she followed orders. You see? Hey, so it's all spiritual. So you Edomites, when I see these Edomites and you so-called white people, and then Jacob and Esau, after that wanted to kill Jacob, Jacob went on the run, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he brought forth the patriarchs, our ancestors, our fathers, our great-great-great-great-granddaddies, right? And Jacob and Esau ended up reconciling, though. A couple of years later, they reconciled.
Right.
And Esau saw Jacob and hugged him.
He was crying.
They were crying. They loved him, man, because they were actual brothers at that time. Yeah. And then Esau said, look, man, I love you, man. Now, you brothers, I ain't going to hurt you, man.
The Lord took away that spirit.
The Lord took that demon off of Esau, and it was cool at that time, to the rest of their lives, until Esau's descendants came along.
Right.
You see? This thing is deep, man. This is spiritual.
It's so spiritual. And see, and you're not spiritual, you ain't gonna get this.
No.
That's why we don't get mad when a dude can't get this.
That's right, man.
The Lord said he have eyes that cannot see and ears that the Lord closed you up to this.
That's right, man.
And what the Lord also say, my thoughts are on your thoughts. As
right.
heaven
These
is
are
higher
your
than
ways. Exactly.
higher than the earth, so my ways higher than yours.
Some 2-bit asshole gonna try to, I don't like with that. Dude,
who the fuck
the Lord gonna bless you. The Lord bless your ass right now, nigga. What you gonna do about that? Anyway, read.
This is Ezekiel 38. It says, and the word of the Lord came up to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God.
Right. The Lord told Ezekiel the prophet to set his face against who? God. Who's Gog now? That's Russia. Because that same region where the ancient people of Gog lived, which they were Japhetic people, that's where the Edomites that call themselves Russians live today.
They came and took over that land.
They came and took over that land.
Japheth had a large portion of the earth. Japheth also controlled with Greeks and the Romans.
Yeah, from down there all the way up.
Japheth had all that, man.
All that. Matter of fact, you look at the history about the Etruscans. They were dark-skinned people. There was no crackers. Yeah. And they were living in Italy and in Greece, like the elder was saying, and other parts of Europe before the crackers came and took it over, man.
Turkey.
There's a lot of Turkey.
That was all those lands.
Right. There's a lot of history that you don't know about, man. Come on.
Well, it says, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the
Russia. So watch them. And that prophecy is for now. That's why we watch it, man. And everything is coming into play. Now, the fact that Trump is sending troops, remember, years ago, they went after 9/11, they sent troops over to Iraq and Afghanistan. Now they're going out there again. That's spiritual because the Lord said that the third world's wars will start in that region. It ain't going to start in China. It ain't going to start in Japan. Those nations will be involved, but it's going to start right there in the Persian Gulf.
The Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Matter of fact, wait a minute. Saudi Arabia, that's right there in the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, the Valley, one of the scriptures, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Valley of Jehoshaphat is the Middle East, man.
Armageddon, the mountain of the troops. That's all out that way, man. That's where it's going to start. And that's where they're going to fight. And all these nations are going to go right there to boogie. All right? Go on.
It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Go on.
Say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O God.
Right, so we're prophesying that Russia is going to be one of the main nations to fire missiles on this place. We ain't saying that because we down with the Russians. The Lord said, hey, Shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother.
The Lord said, I'm against you. Oh, God. The Lord is against, because guess what? Them Russians are Edomites, too. So don't get it twisted. I'm against you, too.
Yeah, because they put hell on Israel just like anybody else.
They're Edomites.
They're Edomites, man.
I hate that. You think Russians like you Negroes?
The French are Edomites. The Germans are Edomites. The Irish are Edomites.
They're not your people.
Even though you got, okay, and then they're going to say, well, you guys are hip. No. Yes, we're saying the original Irish, well, the original Russians, they were all Israelites.
Israel's all up in
But
there.
we got pushed out, the Israelites got pushed out of those lands, but there are still remnants of Israel mingled amongst them.
As every other nation. 'Cause
That's
remember,
right.
what was our curse? To be scattered to every nation on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Israel in all the nations. Are we saying that all of Ireland is just all Jake?
Amongst
Nah.
the so-called Jews.
Amongst the so-called Jews. Yeah.
You got motherfuckers walking with the yarmulkes, look like motherfucking Menachem Stetson, and they're Israelites,
They're
man.
actual Israelites. This thing is deep, man. So that's a good point that you brought out, because you young brothers coming in, don't be taking like, every last Irishman or every last Scotsman is all Jake.
No, you see, okay, y'all see, we might have a certain Irish motherfuckers come up, and we'll be like, oh, you might be a Jake, but the trivia still be up. But you know what? Not every Irishman is a Jake. Not every Italian is a Jake.
That's right.
Okay?
Every Greek, no.
Because
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's not just Ireland and them. That's another thing too, man. A lot of you other Israelite groups are all hung up on Esau. We were scattered through many nations on this planet Earth. You're gonna have Jake in China, in the Philippines.
But then you stupid niggas, you other Israelite groups, you pseudo-black Israelite groups, you have a guy come up with a woolly afro, or look like, or whatever. He looks like a black man, but he might be a goddamn tear. You see what I'm saying?
But that's
Case in point.
That's spiritual.
Remember the mayor of New York, right? His son, he got that bug. Remember the guy that's the mayor of New York now? The current mayor of New York.
De Blasio.
De Blasio.
Yeah.
You seen De Blasio's son? You could tell it. Well, we could tell it.
That's a tear.
No, we could tell. But you know what? If he went to one of the other camps,
talking about Dante.
yeah. But let's say if he rolled up on UPK, they would accept it.
Yeah.
Because them guys are all into that. If you got dark skin, you. They be, hey, brother, but he's a goddamn tear.
I got a scripture for you.
Yeah, brother.
It is Matthew 12, 13 and 24. It says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while the man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares.
Israel, man, the kingdom of heaven is Israel. We know that. Like the scripture says, but the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence. So the kingdom of heaven is Israel, okay, but meaning, while men slept, meaning when Israel went into captivity, when Israel fell, Esau took over Israel, and when they had us in captivity, all the tribes, not just Judah or Benjamin or Levi, all the tribes on that side. Did not the so-called white man conquer the Negroes and put them in slavery and bring them over here on the transatlantic slave trade? Did not the so-called white man come over here and invade the New World? So when they got over here, when Columbus and all these other Edomites came here to the so-called New World, was they not raping so-called Native American women? Just like they was raping the black woman? Right? So Esau sowed his seed amongst our women. Our women. because a woman don't bear no seed. So these Edomites, man, it was open season on our women, the Israelite women. And we had no power in our hand to do nothing about it. They'll kill you, take your woman, pop your woman, put their nasty, stinking, dirty seed up in our women, and produce these goddamn tares, man.
Which these tares will look like us, but they're not us. Right?
Yeah.
Just because they got woolly hair and they got dark skin, and because their mama is black, that don't make them an Israelite.
Or because they look like a sword, they might look just like Sitting Bull.
Right.
With the thick braids, and they might look just like Sitting Bull.
Yeah.
You seen pictures of Chief Sitting Bull? Right. You got a motherfucker, he might look just like Sitting Bull, but he might be an Edomite. Yeah. Or he might look just like Pancho Villa with the sombrero on.
Yeah,
but he might be an Edomite.
Yeah.
All the tribes, you gotta mention all the tribes.
Yeah, exactly, throw them all in there, man.
A little bit short.
Yeah. Yeah. But that dude Dante over there in New York, that's like the brother says a tear. And you gotta be spiritual to see that. He got a total, he's a white spirit. But now on the flip side, if you're a black guy, a Native American guy, you end up with a white woman or any other woman on the planet Earth,
right.
That baby is an Israelite because the man
You
carries
dummies! Okay. That's the point we making. Yeah. Because on the flip side, but the Most High, everything, remember the scripture said an unjust balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So you know what? Yeah, Esau was popping out women, right? But on the flip side, Israel, prior to that point, Israel had already been out there popping the women of the other nations.
Oh, yeah.
So there were cases where Apostle Tahar brought this out. You had some of these guys that looked like Edomites, but they might have not been Edomites, that were pumping these black women, but you thought they were hey, the Most High is the ultimate chess master.
Speaking of the devil, look at this. Yep.
Yo, yeah, good.
Nigga, woman.
You understand what I'm saying? So like some of them so-called white guys during slavery that looked like white guys that had sex with black women, their ancestry might have went back to Israel.
And that's why it's called Babylon the Great.
That's right. So even though you think certain guys might have been tares, they wasn't tares. Right. Case in point. And this was a true story. Roots, right? Chicken George, right?
Yeah.
Chicken George. Well, in the original was Ben Green played Chicken George, right? Right? And his master that raped Kizzy, right?
My man from the rifleman.
Yeah, Chuck Connors, right? But the character that he played in the movie, but the character, Master Reynolds, and that was a true story, of course. That was a story of Alex Haley's family.
Yeah, through his mother's side, by the way.
Through his mother's side, but anyways, Chicken George might have still been a Jake because Master Reynolds, that guy that Chuck Connors played, he was an Irishman,
right? Yep.
And he was hated. All the other so-called white slave masters, he was an outcast.
Right.
They didn't like him.
Yeah.
They didn't like him. They said, like the other so-called Edomite white slave masters, you gotta watch Roots again and watch. They didn't like him.
He's like a low-level white man.
He was like white trash. They didn't like him.
Right.
They just didn't like him.
They didn't like the Irish.
He wasn't accepted amongst them. But because they said he wasn't born rich. He somehow he got a blessing and he became rich and he was able to buy some slaves. But they didn't like him in their circle. They said he's not one of us.
Right.
He's not. So through the spirit, what's his name? Master Reynolds probably had to really be an Israelite, a black Irishman probably.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the other Edomites, they didn't like him. He just wasn't accepted in their circles.
Well, they call the Irishmen they call them the niggers of Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got some news for you guys, right? Israelites owned other Israelites as slaves.
That's true.
Not just amongst, you had so-called, this brother put me onto that. You had so-called Negroes, blacks during slavery. Black people, straight up Negroes. Not every Negro was a slave.
That's true.
You had freemen in the North and in the South.
Right.
In the South, you had so-called black men who were well-to-do black men that owned plantations, and they owned other Negroes in the slave fields.
That's right.
Okay? Then you had Gad that started following after Esau owned slaves.
Native Americans.
And then even amongst Gad, when these different tribes would have wars with each other, the Mohawk and these guys, even up here, the Wampanoag and these different tribes, they would raid other tribes and defeat them and make the men in the slave. They would take their own people as slaves. So Israel practiced slavery amongst each other, man.
Israel's with you.
Yeah.
Now, he's talking about slavery in the South.
what's not talked about in American history, you had black plantation owners in the South that were on the side of the Confederacy. And when Confederate soldiers would get wounded, they would be brought to these plantations that were owned by black plantation owners in the South, and they would be nursed back to health, and they would be fed. They supplied the Confederacy with food supplies, water, and all that stuff. But they don't talk about that in American history. You actually had black slave masters that were with the Confederacy because they didn't want the Union to succeed, because then they were making money off slavery too. You had black plantation slave owners too.
No, they wanted the Union to secede. Remember, the South wanted to secede from the Union.
No, what I'm saying is they didn't want the North to win.
Right.
Because if the North won, that would have debacled their slavery business in the South. Because they were making big time money too.
Yeah, there's a lot of history. So
It's a lot
of history.
Let's bring some scriptures.
Yeah, so you niggas that's all caught up on this, like, you know, you gotta get deep, you gotta do your study, you gotta do research and study, and you gotta understand the scriptures, man.
What's that, Joe 8 and 8?
Yeah, so we're gonna bring some scriptures out there. No, but sometimes you gotta speak and explain things, and, you know, expound upon things, and you gotta explain things sometimes. Of course, man, it leads right back into everything goes back to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
But sometimes the hell with that, you gotta speak and go into the history sometimes too.
Yeah, that's right. What's that? Romans 15 and 4.
Yeah.
Things written aforetime was wrong.
You gotta explain it. You can't just read scriptures and read scriptures. You know, come on, man. Like, look, this thing. Okay, just read scriptures. Okay, you gotta break the scriptures down. You gotta explain. You gotta edify. It ain't like we just out here talking shit. All right, man. So come on, man. Okay, you gotta read the scriptures, but you gotta still explain and you know, extrapolate and explain to the people. We just had just read the scriptures.
People don't understand.
Yeah. Come on, man. Get the fuck out my face, man. You know what I mean?
Because you got a lot of people who are just retarded.
Yeah,
Scripture
man.
speak about that ye of slow bellies, and it's not talking about your actual belly. It's talking about your mind. In other words, what a person that's slow-minded is what? Retarded, right?
Yeah.
So you got people who are spiritually retarded.
Yeah.
They're slow-minded when it comes to the scriptures. They're retarded. They're slow-minded.
Yeah.
They're slow. They can't get it. They might as well be on the short yellow bus when it comes to the scriptures.
God.
The scriptures cover a whole lot of things.
Yeah, everything.
And there's a whole lot of things that factor in to why things happen. And
Yeah,
then there's the aftermath of it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that 1 John, we have an unction of the Lord to know all things.
That's right. Because we dealing with, man, it's all about the scriptures. Right. But the Spirit of the Lord is on us. I had to bring out the scriptures. We got to break down the scriptures, man. We can just stand here. Okay, just read the scripture. Read, brother. Okay, read, brother. Then how the fuck are the people going to understand what we're saying? We got to sometimes do a little talking and explain things. And we got to bring out the history, man.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if you don't know the history, you'll never understand.
That's right, man.
Yeah. The main concept, like the Gentile issue. You know, if you don't break down the history, you can never understand who the Gentiles are.
These so-called Christians do that.
Yeah, you'll never.
They just read the scriptures.
Right,
They just read a couple of scriptures, and then they don't break it down.
Scriptures say, with all I get understanding.
That's right, man.
Yep. So we're gonna go back to Ezekiel, right? And we gotta break this down because it's a deep
Oh, hell
chapter.
yeah.
So it says, I'm gonna start from the top again. I'll read quick. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, this is Ezekiel 38:1. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right, as we broke it down, that's talking about who? Russia. Can you get the matter of fact? We have the old map out here.
Yeah.
Can you look at the old map? Yeah, if it's not on there, don't worry about it. Matter of fact, it's not on. Yeah, well, bring it anyway.
You're saying God can make
Yeah,
it,
cut.
he lost that.
It doesn't matter. If you get an ancient map, Gog and Magog in this region right here. Well, today you know it as Russia. All right, you get any ancient map and you'll see that. All right, go ahead. It says, keep our face against Russia. Why? Because that's going to be a major player in this third world war that's coming up right now. Like we were going through earlier over there in the Middle East, with Trump sending troops over there to Iran, and into that region. Period. That's all according to prophecy.
Yeah, gun.
Because this war, what you read, you hear about this term, the War of Armageddon, which is in the scriptures. which the word Armageddon is the Hebrew word Harmageddon, which means what? Mountain of the truth. Where's that region? Over there in the Middle East. All right? So we go.
And prophesy against him.
And prophesy against him. That's what we out here doing. When these things take place, we're the only ones out here on the streets, all right, throughout this world, bringing all this out.
Right.
That shows you what? We have to be those prophets, man. Go ahead.
And thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O God, chief prince, Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws.
That's like Gog and Magog, which is Russia, which is the bear. That's that bear, bro. Right? Russia is known as the bear. Put them hooks because they were trying to make them peace deals, or they was, Putin came and tried to sit down with Trump and try to shake hands and say, nah, we cool. And nah, but they're not gonna be cool because the Most High gonna put the spirit on Putin to be like, nah, that's them hooks. Nah, you ain't gonna be cool.
Right.
Right. And the hooks are in their jaws. If you go back to the late 80s into the early 90s, under Reagan and into Bush, if you remember, that's when Russia so-called became democratic. You know, they made a big deal. They finally put McDonald's in Russia and all that.
The country broke up.
Right, the country broke up into different regions.
But Putin has been reuniting
Bringing them back.
for the past 10 years. He's been reuniting those
old
republics
USSR.
into the old USSR. Right up under the United States nose.
Right there.
No, fuck under their nose. He's been doing it in their face.
Right.
That's
That's
when
what.
Obama was in there. I'm sorry, brother. He was daring Obama to. Oh no, he wanted. Come on, he was doing it in their face. Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's why they have troops to this day. Why do you think they have so much manpower over there in Poland? Why is the U.S. president heavy in Poland? Because it's right there in the USSR's backyard, right there. Strategic. And the USSR know that. That's what. And they got them in Cuba and other regions. Matter of fact, Cuba, they're in South America right now. Venezuela. All right?
Yep.
So this thing is coming, this third world war is being put together right before our faces.
Yeah, well, this guy, Hugo Chavez, which he was an Israelite, but they killed him, man. They put him to death because he was just straight up cursing the United States out, offering a free fuel or cheap fuel. So that whole fuel thing is all a money thing. First of all, man, we're at the point, man, the technology is already here. The United States, we can already, all over the world, we could be on solar cars, cars that run on water, cars that run on junk. They already got them cars already. But if they cut that, it's going to be too much money lost.
Yeah, they already got patents for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Google patent, you can Google on YouTube cars that go off of garbage. Cars that go off of, electricity or a little bit of fuel. The guy had a patent for it, but GM and GMC already got the patent for it. The government already owns it. Show you that's all bullshit.
Right, they don't want that. That's what,
The guy that invented a car that runs on water, they killed him. He's going hard to try to mass produce him, and they poisoned his food and killed him. You know, and he knew it before he died. He said, "They got me, they got me." And then
Electricity was made to be free.
yeah, by Tesla. Well, Tesla.
Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, he invented.
supposed
he
to
found a way to
Harness.
harness the energy from the Earth's magnetic fields. Right. And then Esau used that to create the HART program. But Tesla created to help humanity, free electricity. And that's what Esau does. Everything that we see around you was invented by our own people. Well, Esau will patent that invention and he'll flip it, turn it for something negative.
For evil.
For evil, exactly. For evil and to juice money out of people.
What's the term that they got? The only thing that the so-called white man created was the patent office. That's right.
That's invented.
Yeah, that's the only thing he invented was the patent office. He's a thief. John 10 and 10. The thief coming and knock with the
Stealing to kill. Gun.
That's right. And that was what ironically, that's why it's called Con Edison down in New York. See, because Edison was working with J.P. Morgan, and Nikola Tesla was working with Westinghouse. If you get a Westinghouse freezer or refrigerator or AC from Westinghouse, well, Tesla was a part of Westinghouse's company. But before he was with Westinghouse, he was under Thomas Edison. And his AC machine, he was pitching it to Edison, but Edison didn't want to deal with that because Edison was dealing with DC, direct current. So then they were building DC stations all around. Tesla got with Westinghouse. He built the AC generator. He lit up this fair in the 1800s. The entire fair was lit up through AC, cheap. alternating current. Then he created these AC generators because they were going to wire an entire city. And Edison, working with J.P. Morgan, was going to wire a place with DC. Then Edison came up with the electric chair to show how dangerous AC is. He invented the electric chair and actually fried people in the electric chair to try to steer people away from AC. Yeah, on Sparky. That was Edison. But
Yeah,
then,
but they
go ahead,
banned
brother.
it.
No, go ahead, brother.
No, they banned.
Right.
Yeah, because it was a plan that they ended up banning the electric chair.
Yep. For a while, they banned the electric chair, and then what happened is Westinghouse, he was burning through a lot of money. J.P. Morgan knew that, so J.P. Morgan went to him and said, listen, because he knew that AC was going to be the thing. So J.P. Morgan goes to Westinghouse and like, look, I'll just bring your ass in court, and I'll bankrupt you and put you in court and say you stole that idea.
Yeah.
So then Westinghouse basically sold it to him.
And that's how.
So he wouldn't be. His money wouldn't be bled out.
That's how the so-called white man did this, man.
Exactly.
Because they do things through money. Like J.P. Morgan, a lot of times when the economy was bad, they turned to J.P. Morgan.
Right.
Now you got the international bankers. Like just the other day, they pumped what $128 billion into the markets, right? Because they trying to prevent, which is inevitable, is going to happen. The economy's going to collapse. But a lot of times they would go to J.P. Morgan because why? They done stole John 10 and 10. The elder just quoted it. That's a good scripture. I got another scripture, but they stole everything. Right. You see, they have all the riches, and that's what they did. They owned the slaves. So when the slaves created something, they were able to, you belong to me.
Patented, right.
So they were able to put a patent on it. Right. And then if you was another Edomite or whatever that had something, like the brother said, what they did to Westinghouse, which they're still around, right?
No, they're still around.
They're still around strong. But they'll sit there and play the money game.
Right.
Like Monopoly. That's why they came up with the board game.
That was after J.P.
Morgan. Which actually, the Monopoly dude is
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan, because he had that. That's why they know he had a disease on the nose.
And he had
That mustache.
If they can't get,
Yeah.
if they can't buy you with the money, they'll just destroy your shit.
kill you.
Yeah.
Right. When they kill you. Yeah.
Before they killed him, though, they destroyed his whole laboratory, right, which is in his basement. They said he would sit down there writing formulas and lightning bolts would be flying around.
Yep.
So they burned his whole shit down and he rebuilt it off memory. He rebuilt all his inventions off memory and his whole lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the Most High.
The Lord was working with him.
Yeah, because the scriptures tell you that the Lord seals man's instructions when you sleep. You know, that's why a lot of these geniuses, they would sit there and wake up and they would write down the things that they dreamed about, because that was the Lord. But now since we're speaking about this devil and how he established everything, all this stealing people's ideals and everything, this is Isaiah 33:1. It said, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
That's the so-called white man. Woe unto you that spoilest, meaning that steal, thief, and thou was not spoiled. Woe unto you, meaning destruction unto you.
That's right.
Destruction is coming unto this man. Because all the inventions that make this country go around, hey, we got light, right? We got light. Lattimore is the one that invented the filament in the light bulb. Lattimore was working under Edison. So who gets the credit? Edison. The traffic light. I think it was was it Garrett Morgan, I think, that made the traffic light? I think it was Garrett Morgan. Another J.
Air brakes.
The air brakes, the McPherson strut.
Come on, man, the stoplight.
Everything, really.
The stoplight.
The third rail,
fucking
the third rail, the switching system for the trains.
The automobile itself.
Yeah.
They'll
Those
tell
are
you
all
the
inventions that were created by so-called black men.
car, everything.
The cars, the cotton gin.
Hey,
Oh, the airplane.
Yep.
Orville and Wilbur stole that pet. Come on, man.
and you know what scripture come to mind?
Well, let's bring it
Revelation 11:8. Spiritually Egypt, spiritually Sodom.
out. Well, let's bring it out. And let's bring
Go.
out Jacob with the form of all things.
Yep.
Yep.
While you get that, I got something real quick. This is Nahum 3:1. It says, woe to bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
Damn.
Right? And what's that's speaking about right here in America? America's one great big city. That's split up into a bunch of different cities that they call states, if you will. But the Lord said death and destruction, and that's why death is on arrival. Because that's all this place is full of blood, murdering,
and lies. Everything you're gonna find out is lies. Like the brother said, only thing the so-called white man did was great. If anything, he created a patent so he could legally steal shit from you know. Right,
and that goes into music.
Yep.
Music too. All the music. I mean, just making that point. Little Richard made all kind of music, and then the white man stole it. Elvis, well, we believe that Elvis was probably an Israelite, but he had that white privilege because he looked like a white man. So he stole his style from Chuck Berry and certain other people. Like, you understand? Right. If you look like a Negro, all the white man would do is steal your shit and give it to a white-looking person or whatever, and then sing your song. You know what I mean?
You like you said it. Talking about Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry had a song called "Sweet 16." The Beach Boys stole it, and that same song became "Surfing USA." Note for note, every guitar riff. Surfing US. That was Chuck Berry's song. Sweet 16. They robbed Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, Little Richard. They robbed the hell out of him, man.
And then they made a law of Chuck Berry too, right? Dealing with that woman.
No, that was Jack Johnson.
No, not Jack Johnson. I ain't talking about Jack Johnson.
No, but that man.
Okay, They used it on Chuck Berry.
In other words, they made it for Jack, but they used it on Chuck.
The
man acts, right?
Yeah, that's the things he got for the stealing his shit.
But that's why brother got that Revelation 11:8.
They took that patent, the monkey wrench patent.
Yeah.
Revelation 11:8. Jack Johnson, the monkey wrench. That was him.
Yeah. They took that away from him because they exiled him. He couldn't come back because of the white women.
Went to Europe.
They didn't like the fact he was sitting there dealing with their white women.
Anytime you stand up against Esau, any Israelite man in history that stood up against Esau, especially on this side of the world, you got demonized.
That's right. That's right.
Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Guess what? Talking about the Native Americans, the so-called Negroes, Latinos. Why were we known as the dead bodies? Because we didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Most High. When you read Proverbs 21:16, say, "He that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
That's right.
You know?
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Sodom, you know, is nothing but faggots, the alphabet people all over. Everywhere. It's crazy. On our way up here, we see men riding in dresses with wigs. It's filth. Everywhere you go, it's just filth. This is spiritually Sodom.
Well, wait a minute. Look, again, I keep talking about it. Malik Yoga. That faggot, that fruitcake. You got him. He put himself on the front line with people, man. He's front lining himself, man. Hey, that's that was genius of Dave Chappelle. Because you can't even, they got so many different names. Trans, this, that, gays, faggot, black, alphabet people. That's a good one. That sums all them wicked motherfuckers up, man. So that proves to what the scriptures say, what the elders going into, that this is Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's the scripture. The scriptures say, "Among my people are found wicked men."
Yep, Jeremiah 5.
Yo, you're gonna fucking die, man. You're gonna be destroyed,
That's right.
man. You're gonna be destroyed. Amos 9 and 10. You're gonna be destroyed, man. That's right. You're pushing this homosexuality. That shit is wicked. And then you guys spirit. You homosexuals, man, you know the shit is wicked. Last week, two Edomites walked by, and they were faggots. When they got here, they walked regular. Then when they got up the road, they grabbed hands. So even the white man, that's a faggot. When they come in front of us, they're not supposed to be faggots. Because that presence of the Lord. Y'all know deep in your spirit, all you fucking faggots, you know you ain't supposed to be faggots. But you got them heavy sodomite demons on you, man.
That's why they die in the AIDS and all kind of
that's Romans. Somebody give me Romans, the first chapter, man.
Yep.
And 22 on down, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which is meat.
That's right.
Yep.
When you catch AIDS, and that AIDS and other faggot-related diseases,
hepatitis C,
destroy you. Then you want to know why. And nobody gonna feel sorry for you, man.
Hepatitis and all that, which is a liver disease, because you messing with feces. That's feces of shit. You said in layman's terms, and that's disease. That's waste.
That's disgusting.
You know?
Well, wait a minute. Christopher Colombo, right? They had syphilis and all of them, and they was all popping each other on the boat, right?
Spiritually, Sodom in Egypt. And only thing before the elder going through the diseases, America is spiritually Egypt because what? Egypt prospered having the people of the Lord under their in slavery. That's why America don't want to let us go.
Right.
Look at all these adventures that the elders and all are bringing out, from music to the stoplight to all these things. Proves America is spiritually Egypt, and again, they don't want to let the Lord's people go.
You fucking up, man. You damn crackers. That's why Yahushua gonna destroy you, man.
That's right.
Because you don't want to let the people of the Lord go. Let this madness pass by, man. Okay. Then I'm gonna put the camera on it, man. The hell with that. First of all, man, that's why Yahushua gonna destroy this place. This is a place of confusion and madness. Okay? Esau, you damn devil. You talking about, oh, get out the country. Get out. America, love it and leave it. Love it and leave it. You know what, man? Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And by the spirit of Yahushua, you fucking, yo, it's gonna be a lot of fatalities, man. The spirit is telling me, how do you motorcycle dirt bike creeps? There's gonna be a lot of fatalities, man.
Well, I heard the brother said somebody got hit the other day over there.
Making noise. That's nothing but fucking minions right there.
Yeah.
Those are nothing but minions, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You're gonna see a lot of them on the trucks and shit like that. You're gonna see them getting picked up, man.
Right. Switched it up.
Here, down in Connecticut.
Hey, we pick up stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lord had it where you see some, hey, some of them, it'd be a chick that's got a boyfriend or man, husband or whatever, on the back of the bike with another man, and the Lord twisted them. One time the Lord twisted her torso the other way.
Beautiful.
So she could see which way she was going.
That's right.
Yeah, which way is that? Which way is that?
Right there on Park Avenue and Maplewood.
Remember that bus? Remember over there in Bridgeport, a bus hit one of the motorcycle niggas. The bus was doing push-ups on him.
Damn.
The bus was doing push-ups on him.
Remember years ago, the Puerto Rican that bread, the one.
Oh, yeah. Pretzel man.
He fell off the highway.
His head was backwards.
Like this.
Twisted him. Hey, see when people lost their legs.
The Lord has a sense of humor, man.
And look, and a lot of that BR people that be doing that silly shit, man. And the Most High is bringing death down here, man. And guess what? The Lord said He's gonna mock when your fear and trouble come, man. The Lord said He's gonna mock the Most High. When you see them niggas we talking about, and they was twisted up like pretzels, man. And that's the work of the Lord. That's the Lord putting in that work, man. Like the scriptures, Galatians 6, right? It said that the 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. That's right. Whatsoever a man soweth, the same shall he also reap.
And you wanna know they mock the Lord? And I'm gonna say this. You wanna know how they mock the Lord? They know what they're doing.
They know.
They come by here and just look, man. We're nothing but the mouthpiece of the Lord. We are doing the Lord's work, reading the scriptures, prophesying. They come by, they trying to mock us. That's why they preaching.
Yeah, for attention, like that.
For attention, like little kids. So you know what? When they get twisted up like pretzels, you're supposed to feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I got something real quick. This is Psalm 68 and 20. It says, "He that is our power is the power of salvation.
That's powerful.
And unto the Most High, the Lord, belongeth the issues from death."
To the Lord belongeth the issues from death. And how those issues are carried out? The angels.
The angels do.
The angels are hitmen. The angels are contractors. The angels are the Most High will bring the angels before him and say, "Listen, this guy right here, I want this guy to die at this day at this time."
Yeah.
And the angels will bid for it. I'll do it this way. I'll do it this way. No, I'll do it this way. Okay, I like your way. Go do it. Get it done.
And I'll slide into that. 1 Samuel 2 and 20.
That's
Get that.
it's in the scriptures.
Let's just read them scriptures. And then we're going to break them down.
I got one.
Job 4:7.
And you know what? The Lord is the angels of the hitmen. And that goes for all you punks, all these tough guys and thugs and walk around looking like Grimace. When you niggas get hit up, like that song, hit 'em up.
Yeah.
When y'all get hit up and shot up, you hear a nigga get shot up, a nigga get blasted over here, like Jam Master Jay. He was up in the studio, all up in the studio. He got shot up and they pulled his ass out in a body bag, like a bag of garbage. You see what I'm saying? Biggie Smalls, fat ass, got shot up in the goddamn truck Tupac ass got shot up. All you niggas that get hit up. And I'm gonna say it like Chris Rock said. Biggie got assassinated. Tupac, them niggas got shot.
There's 2 niggas that got shot.
He said it the best. That was real talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, go read that, brother.
I got something right after you.
Sorry.
Nipsey Hussle, that nigga got shot.
Yeah, he got shot.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
That's it. So we did the issues belong on the issues of death belong unto the Lord. So if you niggas get hit up, you bitches get hit up. Like I said, that's the Lord, man. A lot of you women be getting judged too, man. Wicked. And the Lord is beautiful, man. A lot of these women that be getting a woman getting killed, she be in the act of adultery or on her way to go commit adultery. You see what I'm saying? There you go. So all you women out there that are watching this, the next time you think about you gonna creep on your man, and that goes for you women that deal with us too. You women that deal, y'all may happen to be watching. You women that are dealing with so-called brothers, these so-called women that we deal with, and y'all, because y'all look at us like we just niggas, y'all don't think we prophets, and y'all might be thinking about trying to creep. Just remember this. The Lord bring judgment on your ass. That's that.
Yeah, I got something else too.
Okay?
It's an Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 39.
Because we don't care. Because guess what, man? If our women don't make it, they don't make it.
They don't make it.
Hey, Lot's wife didn't make it. Lot's wife didn't make it. Because why? She didn't listen to the instruction of the Lord. The Lord said, the angel said, leave and don't look back. She would look back because it was great possessions, because she missed those possessions, those goodies in Sodom and Gomorrah. So she looked back and her ass got evaporated and turned into a pillar of salt. And Lot and his 2 daughters, they kept moving forward.
That's right, man. That's right. Lot kept moving on. Like High Priest Jacob used to say. Elder High Priest Jacob, we moving on.
That's it, man.
We moving on. That's it.
That's right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 28. It said, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sword strokes.
Them angels, that's them angels. Them death angels that the Most High actually got set up out here to poke people, man. Okay, there you go.
That's right.
So the Lord brings judgment. So no matter who you are, how bad you think you are, or how tough or how thug you think you are, or how warlike you think you are, no matter how many guns you got, no matter how much fucking martial arts skills, whatever you got, the Most High brings death upon your ass, man.
That's right. It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appeaseth the wrath of him that made him.
The Most High brings judgment like he brought judgment on Panama and the Caribbean with them hurricanes, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, remember that Dominican dude that got chopped up a year or so ago back in New York? Everybody said that was a tragedy. It was a tragedy on Earth. But then think about what that wicked nigga did. In that case, he didn't do nothing wrong. But it was the judgment of the Lord. Maybe in his past life, he did something wrong, man. A little baby got killed. Oh, in the Bahamas, when that hurricane came, it was all over the news. A little boy, the tide, he got swept away from his father. Oh, that was sad. He was a little boy. Maybe in his past life, he was a wicked nigga.
The Lord is pleased by that.
So the Lord will get you, man, the Most High said he's the king of terrors, visiting the iniquity upon the fathers into the third and fourth generation. So you could have did something fucked up 2,000 years ago. The Most High could have waited and said, I'm going to get this nigga, I'm going to get him 2,000 years later. You understand what I'm saying?
But real quick, since you said that, I'm going to go right back. But this is John chapter 9 verse 1. Just to go into what the elder quoted about the Lord visiting the children into the third and fourth generation. And as Yahweh Shai passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? This man or his parents that he was born blind?
Okay, how could he sin? If he was born blind from birth, how could he sin? He was born blind. You understand what I'm saying? So they said, well, wait a minute, who sinned? So they show you in the ancient world, the men back then knew about reincarnation. You idiots that don't believe in the reincarnation, it's in the scriptures of Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. You understand what I'm saying? It's in the scriptures. So they knew about it during the time of Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago, because men and people on the earth were more spiritual back then.
That's right.
They said, who said? Or somebody said, well, maybe, and the Lord will do that. Maybe you did something wicked. He might judge your son.
Right.
Because sometimes the Most High do that too. Well, like King David. King David sinned. Yeah. He committed adultery. Did the Most High jack up David?
That's right.
No. He killed David's son.
Yeah.
You see?
Because sometimes that baby ain't been on the earth long enough to go through no pain. But you got some people that, whatever, that could be their prized son, only son, and if something happened to your infant, a lot of people don't went out and ain't been the same since the death of their kid. So that's punishment from the Lord to that parent as well, because you mourn, you know. So that's why the disciples said, who did the sin? Because somebody did sin for him to be born blind.
But he was born blind. So
you know?
If he was born blind, how could he sin?
Right.
Meaning in a past life, did he do something wicked? Okay.
Yeah. But then now this is the answer the Lord gave him. Verse 3, it said, Yahweh Shai answered, he said, neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him. So he was set up there for an example, so that to show the Lord's power, because you got that too. Sometimes you might not have did nothing. There's people that's amongst us, and that's when people are going to know who the men of the Lord. A lot of these people might be lame or halt, right? And only for the purpose for the disciples and apostles to heal them. Hey, and that's going to happen again because the Lord's going to send that power. Right? You're going to have a brother that was well known to be blind, and when the Lord give that power, and the brother lay hands and heal him, you're going to know that was the power of the Lord. So that was the case with this man.
Hey, I got a precept for you. Yep. Straight up with it. This Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I am he, there is no God or no power with me.
That's talking about the Most High, Yahweh. His name, and we're going to proclaim that out here.
That's right.
You want to know the name of God? His name is Yahweh.
That's right, brother.
Yahweh, which means he is. Right. That's the name of God, not Jehovah, not Allah, not Buddha, anything you could think of, not Ahaya, Yeshaya, Yahweh. Because that's our job, to proclaim the name of the Most. We come in the name of Yahweh. By Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. We come in that power, man. We come in the name of that power, which we're going to proclaim. Okay? So the Most High, Yahweh said, I am he, and there's no other God with me. Okay, go ahead, man.
He says, see now that I am he, and there's no God with me. I kill, I make alive.
That proves God is a black man. Because that's something that the so-called black, look, man, no niggas can't get with me. Nobody can get you. Niggas think they can get with me, man. That's because the Most High said that he made us in his image. The Israelites, right? All these times, wait a minute, when Muhammad Ali was on the earth, back when Ali was out there in his prime, what he said, look, man, I whoop all of them. None of these suckers knew how Ali talked that way because he was an Israelite. Right. Yeah. Primarily from the tribe of Judah. Yeah. So he had the characteristics of the Most High. He used to say, that's why Ali used to talk. Look, man, these suckers can't get with me, man. They can't. I'm too good. I'm too bad, man. Too good. Look, I'm the man. And Floyd Mayweather talked the same way. Look, man, I'm the best. I'm this. Mike Tyson, and then back it up. Yeah. Mike Tyson is saying when Mike was the man, I'm the greatest fighter in the world. Nobody could beat me. Nobody could touch me. Right? So but that proved they were Israelites.
I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Yeah. You know that name in Hebrew, Ma'aka Allah, Aidan, which the word Ma'aka Allah, Yaradan, one who is like God in paradise. Yeah. That's what his name literally means in Hebrew.
That's right.
One who is like God in paradise.
Well, that word Michael goes back to the Archangel Ma'aka Allah. So when you name, and names carry vibrations. Well, hey man, years ago, Apostle Tahab brought that out. That's why certain guys had certain godlike things on, like even Michael Jackson. Yeah. Michael Jackson became like a god on earth because the way he could dance and move and like just the way he was like he was
polarizing.
He could just grab you. Yeah, he could just do the way he could move. Yeah. Michael Jordan, the way he could fly. Yep. Mike Tyson, the way he would just knock. That was like Hercules or Samson. That was like unheard of. Unheard of. So because they had that name, Michael. Yep. So when you put a name, that's why you gotta be careful to name. Yeah. When you name your children, you're supposed to put certain powerful, righteous, angelic, supernatural names on your children. They do great things.
What about bad names like Baal or Antoine or Damien? Yeah. And Damien is a demon. Then the name Antoine, they're a fucking faggot.
Yeah.
You know, most of all niggas, I don't know what the name means, but anytime you hear a Negro named
Bilal.
Antoine, he's double dutching.
You had niggas named Bilal.
Yeah.
If you meet a nigga named Bilal, you know he's a wicked, evil nigga, drug dealer nigga, stick-up kid nigga that's gonna end up in the system.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cousin named Bilal. He's so
You see? Because the name that was put on your cousin was a satanic name because his parents were destroyed for the lack of knowledge. They called the Bilal means Satan. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
This Deuteronomy 32:39 said, "See now that I even am He, there's no God with me. I kill, I make
The
alive."
Most High, that's another, the most, so you people talking about like Reverend Price has to get on him. The devil killed my son. The devil ain't got the power to kill nobody. We can go into the book of Job, where the Most High said the devil said, I'm going to test Job. The Most High said, okay, you can jack him up, but do not kill him. Satan kills that, nah, hell with you, God. I'm going to kill Job.
Nah, it was gonna go down.
No, it wasn't going to go down like that. Okay? So Satan's under orders. So the Most High gives the control, man.
He
So
said,
that's why you got to pray to the Lord. You got to be humble, man.
Right.
Because death could come for any one of us. And if it does, then that's the will of the Lord, man.
Says, I kill, I make alive.
I kill, I make alive. So if a baby, you might not want to have no kids, your woman end up getting knocked up or you knock some chick up. Hey, the Lord wanted that spirit to be on the earth.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
do you mean?
Shit.
I will, I heal.
Anything that happens, so you end up, and you end up under a bus, like one of these bike creeps. If they end up under a bus, but then the Most High leave the spirit in their body so they can suffer.
Right.
Okay?
Yep, it says,
Hey, but
neither,
now that's heavy.
Oh, okay.
'Cause the Most High said, I wound
and I heal.
and I heal. And now see, people nowadays, some people are more spiritual going back in time. When you go in the scriptures and read about the King Hezekiah, I believe it was. Right? Oh, that's what you got?
There we go. I wish.
But King Hezekiah, he was sick. So instead of saying, oh, get me to the emergency room, he prayed to the Most High because he knew that the reason why they got sick, because in order for you to get sick, you had to sin against the Most High. You see? That's right. So he prayed, he went to the prophet. And then the Most High, because he repented and humbled himself, and they tell you the Lord extended, I think it was 30 years.
30 or 40 years.
30 more years. Nowadays, our people ain't thinking about the Most High. They thinking about the so-called white man, because he saw them mess our people up and got them believing that the only way you can live, especially when you get sick, is if you take that medicine.
Right.
And they give you
Right?
more demons.
And they give you more demons, but the Lord is the one that controls all of that.
Right.
You know, you got a lot of people that be in perfect shape, the healthiest
Drop
perfect,
dead.
and drop dead the next day. They die in their sleep or whatever. Because why? The Lord is the one that controls if your spirit goes back to him.
Look, man, I know two dudes. They probably wasn't in the greatest of health, but you could die.
Yeah.
Two so-called friends of mine that I've known for many years. In the past couple of years, one recently, the other one about 2-3 years ago, they went to sleep and just didn't wake up. Two so-called, they were niggas in the world that I knew that I was kind of close with and shit. One just like about a few months back, and the other one about 2-3 years ago. Went to bed and just didn't wake up.
Yeah.
Which really is a blessing.
Yeah. Mercy.
I know this cat, which I don't like this motherfucker, but about a month ago, this dude was in. This dude was in a tip-top shape. You know, he did all that bar freestyle shit. He just won the American Ninja, you know, that competition.
Right.
Oh, wow.
He's from Connecticut. They got a ninja gym in Milford he's working at. But this dude out of nowhere just died of a brain aneurysm.
That's crazy.
He just dropped dead. He was in
Tip
tip-top
Hey, look
shape.
at Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee was considered the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
He went down and laid down and just didn't wake up. Brain hemorrhage, and Bruce Lee was considered the most dangerous man on the planet. See, so no matter who you are, the most I could get you, man.
It's right here. It
So
says,
the Lord is the power, man.
That's right. That's right.
it says, I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Hey, Bruce Lee, as bad as he was, he couldn't. He couldn't throw he couldn't throw them kicks and punches.
Wait a minute.
At the Lord,
Dr. Sebi, everybody told Dr. Sebi.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah,
Sebi.
yeah, right.
He couldn't save his own life.
he couldn't save himself.
Whether the government killed him or not, it don't matter. you so bad, and the thing is to speak proudly against, right, and against the Most High. And he used to be, he had a lot of information on healing, but he had a lot of bugged out information too.
Yeah.
You know, he's a witch doctor.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing a lot of people praised him, and that shit went to his head.
Well, everybody put
You know?
Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi. I mean, it was cool what he was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, shit, we subscribe to some of the stuff that we take. We work out. We deal with the herbs. This is a balance.
Yep.
Okay, brother, because up here, like, I take herbs every morning. I take the
Yeah,
herbs.
come,
I
yep.
work out. I train
Yep.
along with these brothers. But I don't trust in that. I mean, through the Spirit of the Lord, to a degree, I don't trust in that, but I do it because the Spirit, through the scriptures, you talk about the
Tell you
herbs.
about the herbs.
Said the healing
Stuff
coming
like
from
that.
out of the earth.
You know, I drink the green juices. I work out. But I can do that all day and still drop dead.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I pray to the Lord. I ask every day, Rapah. My name is Rakayala. Barak Rapah, Kazakala, Rakayala, Rapah. And at the end of the day, in English, I said, Lord, preserve my life, subside these infirmities. And I asked the Lord, I stopped asking him to take them away. Because remember the Apostle Paul said he had the thorn in the flesh. He asked the Lord to take it away. So he said, well, your grace is sufficient is enough. So you know what I asked? I don't even ask the Lord to take them away. My infirmities, I said, you know what, subside them. And I asked the Lord to just preserve me, allow me to live, allow me to stay healthy enough so I can be out here and do this work.
Yep.
For real. Sounds crazy, right?
No,
No, that's
the Lord. And
That's the right.
humble.
That's really that's how we all supposed to be. I got another quick one since you quoted that. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 1. It says, "Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord have created him." So we had physicians. We didn't have doctors. We had physicians.
The word doctor means falsified.
That's right.
So you remember
That's
that?
right.
Doctor, falsified. So, brother, I don't go to the hospital. I don't deal with the doctors.
That's right.
Most of us here, the only way we'll go is if, hey, like, we talk, hey, like, something's up and you really don't know, you might go to the hospital just to get a diagnostic.
Yeah, of course. The scripture said, "Be not over righteous."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be not over wicked. So of course, you got to use common sense, but you got to understand that the Most High is the one that overall controls it. And then, like the elder said, deal with them herbs. But this whole chapter, y'all get a chance, read this whole chapter. Is bad. It goes super into it as far as healing and health and give you the understanding, right? It says, "For the Lord hath created him," verse 2, "for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king." So overall, where does the healing come from? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, from the Most High. It said, "The skill of the physician shall lift up his head," which Stevie and a few other cats that got too pumped up. Their head blew up. It said, "And in the sight of great men, he shall be in admiration. The Lord hath created the medicines out of the earth." It says, "And he that is wise will not abhor them." Those medicines, that's what the apostle just quoted. You see? And that's why there ain't nothing bugged out about that. You should be praying to the Lord, and the Lord be with you, and take whatever herbs is needed as much as you need to.
You have to pray, though.
But you got to pray first and foremost, man. All right? It says, I'm gonna jump down. The whole thing is bad. Verse 9. "My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole."
Right.
That's where you get healthy from, if I'm not mistaken. Right? The word whole means healthy. So it said, what? Pray unto the Lord, and he will make you healthy. But now, being in his truth, see, it's different dynamics to it, because a lot of time we got to go through the sufferings of Yahweh Shai. And remember, the Apostle Paul, he said he wished he could be accursed from the cross and go through the things Yahweh Shai went through. And being that he got a big portion of the Spirit, he actually did go through that suffering. And he had a thorn in his side he spoke of, that he prayed to the Lord. So there might be, in other words, I say all that to say this. Brothers that's in the truth, there might be certain sicknesses that you're going through, and you praying to the Lord to take it away from you, but that's your lot, and you stuck with it. That don't mean that the Lord ain't with you, because like the Lord told the Apostle Paul, he said, "Look, my grace is sufficient for thee." So in other words, this knowledge, I gave you this great ass knowledge, and that's all you need. All right, and that's gonna prove the strength of the Lord, because right, we should be dead but through the Spirit of the Lord, we're able to still come up out here and teach His word.
Right. Hey, can I say this too? Because
Yeah, I got
Paul,
it. Yeah.
because Paul what? Paul persecuted the church. Paul did some stuff that
Right.
was supposed to have been dead, but the Lord had mercy on him and said, look, your grace is sufficient for you to continue on.
And all of us
And
did
that's
shit
all
worthy
of
of
us.
death.
All of us.
All of us did stuff. We're not up in here because we was so righteous,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Our righteousness is of the Lord. That's what the Lord, he got us covered. By you accepting the truth and coming into the truth, Yahweh Shai got us covered. Not that we ain't shit.
Righteousness as filthy rags.
Hey, I got one
Go
precept
ahead.
for you.
Go ahead.
Yep.
This
Yep.
Psalms 41
Yep.
and 4. I said, O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, be merciful unto me. Heal my soul, for I have sinned against thee.
That's right.
You know?
Oh, man. And wait, and hold up. I got to jump back to this. Verse 15. Ecclesiastes 38 and 15. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. See?
Yep, I got something real quick. I'm gonna jump straight to the point. It's Matthew 9 and 12, right? It says, but when Yahweh Shai heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not, if we were all sick when we were out there in the world, because we didn't know this truth. We were taught lies by our parents and by society, by this world. So we were sick, right? Going back to what is Isaiah, the first chapter, the whole head is sick, Israel's sick, right? But also physically, a lot of us are sick. All of us get sick, really, with the air and the food. There's no way around it. But that keeps us humble. You know, when you are healthy and you lose some of that humbleness, it makes you humble and it makes you forced, and you got to pray to the Most High to help you. You know, and it humbles you. That's another reason why the Most High does that.
That's a humbler, man. The Most High break. Oh, that's why none of us can sit here and get proud. You go ahead and get proud if you want to. The Most High gonna plague you. I mean, and if the Lord love you, He gonna whip your ass, man. All right? And the Most High gonna plague you with the help. You might got everything else going on, nothing bother you. But one thing that's gonna bother you is your health. Your health gets taken away from you. You get people getting nervous, man. That's why the scriptures say a healthy constitution is better than riches. You know, they're saying health over wealth.
Health is wealth. That's what they get at.
Or health is wealth. But it's better to be healthy than wealthy, because if you're rich and you ain't healthy,
Hey, look at all them so-called people that were rich and had all kind of money, but they had all the money couldn't save their life, preserve their
that's
life.
right.
Esau's problem.
See?
I got a quick one.
Yep.
This is James 5 and 13 on down. It says, is any among you afflicted?
Well, look at all these celebrities. All these top celebrities are from the past.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy, he was making money. Easy E, Red Fox, James Brown, Richard Pryor. These guys are multimillionaires. John Wayne, Michael Landon,
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. These people were millionaires.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. All these, Michael Jackson, Prince, they had all the money in the world, but they couldn't save their life. They couldn't keep them alive.
Which is profitable.
Yeah.
So it says, is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Is any merry? Let him sing songs.
And that's the key thing. Prayer, the power of prayer, as they say, right? And Yahweh Shai taught us that. He said, look, men ought to pray always and faint not. All right? He said, look, if you sick, pray. And a lot of people, because they don't have no faith, because they believe in this damn devil. All right? In America, they teach you to be faithless, man. You see, because America is far from a God-fearing nation. This is a Satan-fearing nation. All right? That's the will that America teaches you. But now the scriptures tell us that what? If you sick, you better pray, and you gotta know the name. The name is very important, man. All right? Shalaki.
It said, verse 14, is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church.
Right, and if you that's sick, which, you know, we doing, other elders and other brothers doing the other camps, they anoint you, you know? Say the anointing prayer, get the out. That's a spiritual tradition, if you will, that we did in the past and we still do. At the night of the Passover, all right? And there's power in that, because when you do the anointing, you put praying to the Lord to bless the brother and to put the Lord's name on him. I'm telling you, that name is power, man. That's Proverbs the 18th chapter, right? Proverbs 18. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it. Because why? If you right in the spirit, you're gonna humble yourself down and go before the Lord. So that's why you gotta pray, man. You know, this thing ain't about no mock. We ain't shit, man. We ain't shit. We supposed to be doing what we doing, man. We ain't looking to get a reward for this from man or pat us on the back. No, you're supposed to do it. One, the Lord put this in us. He opened our eyes to see this for a reason for us to come out here and bring this word out, man. All right? We're supposed to do this. This is our duty, our reasonable service, the water. That's what I was trying to think of, you know?
I got some real quick, two verses. This is 1 Peter 3, 12 and 13. It says, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous.
And I'm sorry, brother. And that's why, too, when you doing the right thing that you're supposed to be doing, brother, you got to realize the Lord is with us, man. And the Spirit, we was talking about that earlier, and the Lord be showing us things that he's with us because, you know, we in this messed up world, and it's easy to get caught up, you know, in them demons it is. But the Lord is with us, man. You know, even though we catching all this hell, that's a good thing. That's right. All right?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Exactly. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord against them that do evil.
Right. Go ahead.
And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good?
Right. And now what's good? This word, this truth. Walking in the Spirit of the Lord, coming out here doing the work, teachings, learning, right? Being turned into that new man. Now the scripture say, it said the prayer, now the scripture, I think it's in the Apocrypha, it said the prayer of the righteous availeth much. You see? So now the Most High is going to listen to a brother that's sincere, that's in the right spirit, that's calling upon his name. Yahweh Shai taught that, man. And that's why we got that, and that brings you more closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh Shai said you have not because you ask amiss. That's why a lot of times a lot of brothers are not connected to the spirit, and they might be doing, just being totally off. They end up falling out the faith, you know, start believing into some other nonsense and madness because they failed to apply these things. These are very important. I mean, it's beautiful. It's good to go into the different breakdowns of history and everything, but you better make sure you're connected into the power source, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and sending up them prayers, man, and giving thanks as well.
That's right. Do good or bad. Like Job, he said, shall we not receive good and evil? And he said he sent out with his mouth.
That's a heavy point.
This is a precept. This is Micah 6 and 8. He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee.
Right. Jake always talk about what's good, what's good. Jake don't know what's good, man. Right. They think what's good is doing whatever the hell they want to do, smoking weed, sitting there committing adultery. Yeah, now the thing they think is good is that Malik yogurt shit. You know, sitting up there getting involved with that damn faggots. Yeah, them faggots and them trans homos or transgenders, whatever you call them things, man.
Whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It said, he has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee.
Right, this is our whole purpose, the whole duty. Go ahead.
But to do justly.
But to do justly. Go ahead.
To love mercy.
To love mercy, meaning what? Amongst the brotherhood. All right, don't have no perpetual, that spirit of sitting there hating your brother or thinking you just because you over a brother, you can shit on. That's not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right? So you got to learn mercy, man. Go ahead.
And to walk humbly with thy power.
And to walk humbly with thy power. So like the elder Ayathan said, the Most High sometimes put a sickness on you to humble you, man. Because men being in his flesh, men could get beside themselves or whatever. And all of us, ain't none of us exempt. King David, a man after the Most High's heart, he got beside himself, all right? Moses got beside himself. And those are righteous men of the Lord, the top men of the Lord, right? So any of us could get beside ourselves. And like the elder said, and the Lord sent that sickness, because now you got to humble yourself. Because if you don't humble yourself and be proud, what's going to happen? You're going to be even more fucked up, man. You see? So that, yeah, that's heavy, man. Walk humbly with thy power. So, and then Jake, our people, that's why, like we said earlier, fuck our people, man. All right, the wicked amongst our people, fuck them because they know what they're supposed to be doing. Or they should know. They should look. We had to humble ourselves and stop what we was doing with our lives and find out what the hell was going on, what the Most High wanted us to do. Right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. That's one of the foundation scriptures, man. We had to learn that, man. All right, Jake didn't want. They don't want to learn it. So guess what? They're gonna be judged and they're gonna be destroyed, man. Right. And the hell, and we ain't gonna fucking feel no way about it, man.
Right.
Only people we concerned with is the brotherhood. Like Yahweh Shai said in Matthew the 12th chapter. They came saying, look, your mother and your brother and your sister and your family want to talk to you. He said, what? He said, who is my mother, my brother, my sister? Right. He said, but them that, he pointed at his disciples, said, but them that do the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Right. That's who we concerned with, man. Now, don't get simple. That don't mean that you go home and say, F you. No, you better give your father and your mother the honor. But as far as you better do what the Most High said, man.
Hey, this is Luke 17:10. It says, so likewise, when you shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which is our duty to do. We have to be humble. This is your duty. And to be humble. And he said, after you did everything you're supposed to do, shows upon shows, classes upon classes, charity, brotherhood, helping brothers move. The scripture said, love puffeth not. You mean you don't boast of nothing you done. Women do that. I done this, I did that for you.
Throw it in your face.
When you do, most men, you can't tell them what they did for their woman or the true people they love because they do it second nature.
Yeah, you don't even think about it. You don't even think twice about it.
It's second nature.
Remember that favor I did for you, bro?
Yeah.
Remember that favor I told you owed me?
Yeah, putting up a checklist. Hey, and I can attest to, and that's a testimony to the spirit of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Brothers here have done numerous things for brothers. And like, brother, you remember you did that? Nah, I don't remember that. Who cares? Let's go. We still got work to do.
Hey, I quote scripture.
Nope.
This is Matthew chapter 6 and 3 and 4. It says, but when thou doest alms, right, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth.
And you'll tell a boast of it when you fast, anything you do. The Lord said, whatever you do in secret, he shall reward you openly. Right. The Lord said the eyes of the Lord or the angels gonna bring everything to judgment, whether they're good or evil. Every secret thing. You know?
It says, but when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thy alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly.
Yeah, this brother needed a cheeseburger. I gave him one. You don't do that, man.
Yeah, that's wicked, man.
Yeah, you don't put your boast for what you've done. Hey, that's about being proud. And that Lord doesn't deal with that. The Lord said, whatever you do in secret, he shall reward openly.
Because look,
that's faith comes in.
That's right.
Faith, yeah.
Because if I say, yo, I let this brother borrow $500. Yo, brother, I was so good. You a man of the Lord, this and that. I already got my glory, right? You're seeking the glory. It's better to wait for the Most High to give you the glory because his glory is going to be much greater.
That's right, yeah.
All right? Much greater.
Yeah, men can't give you glory.
Yeah, men will give you glory 1 second and curse you the next.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just some real ass shit.
But that's the spirit of the Lord. And that's the Lord walking humbly. And that's how the Lord said the two greatest commandments is what?
Love thy brother as thyself.
First, love the Heavenly Father with all thy heart and thy soul, and thy brother as thyself. You gotta love yourself. It's human nature to be selfish.
Right.
If you hungry and you got food, you're gonna eat, right? Same thing with your brother. You break bread, right? If you're thirsty and you got clothes, that's why it makes the body work as one.
Hey, real quick, a perfect example of not boasting about the alms that you do is Yahweh Shai himself, right? Now, was it a woman? I think a woman called him good. Was it a woman?
Yeah.
That called him good because of all the miracles and the charity he was doing. So he said, called him good master. And he said, look, there's nobody good except for my Father in heaven. Right. You know? So he was a perfect, the greatest man ever walked the earth. He was also the most humblest man that walked the earth. He washed his disciples' feet, as great he was. He bent down and washed his disciples' feet. You know?
That's the Lord. Hey, that's so you don't boast or get proud, because the scripture said knowledge puffeth up. Matter of fact, brother, give me that. I think that's Corinthians 8:1. It said knowledge puffeth up. Got another one for this is and while brother grabbed that, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 3:18. It said, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
That's right, man. Oh, man, that's a point right there.
And thou shalt find favor. Oh,
you break that down. The greater you are, meaning the more knowledge and wisdom and understanding that the Most High give you, you're supposed to really be more humble, not exalt yourself. Okay, you're supposed to, because Yahweh Shai didn't do that. Yep. You're really supposed to be more humble and be more brotherly. Like, yo, okay, man, well, you know what? Hey, man, the Lord is dealing with me. There's always an order, but then you still got to be more humble, because at the end of the day, the Lord can take the Holy Spirit from you, man.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I always quote Psalms 51.
That's right.
Take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Because King David was great, and he was the king. But when he went out, the Most High judged him. So even David humbled himself like, yo, man, I can't get too big for my britches. I gotta remember that the Most High, Yahweh, is the power.
Ruler for the kingdom of men.
The Most High ruler for the kingdom of men, not me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm the king, you see, you still got to answer to the Most High, man.
Hey, brother, like you go out, hey, there's a ranking system, there's an order. That's the law always said. They say when the gray or hoary heads come in, you're supposed to rise before them. That's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the gray or hoary head might hold the door for you and say, go ahead, brother. And that's just a thing of humility to show that it's not about us or individual, it's about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and us as a collective.
That's right, because hey, that's the way we learned.
That's right,
from our elders, or from the apostles,
on down,
going back to the King Mashai. We speaking about I was talking about King Mashai with maybe it was Apostle Ramlov the other day. Man, he was so, or maybe it was with Apostle Ricardo, with one of the apostles, and King Mashai, brother, he was so humble, like he made you feel like. Damn, he feel like he's my father, like my grandfather. Right? And he like damn, it seemed like he really cared. And like you just instantly connected. You connected to King Mashai. You know what I'm saying? He sit there, he wanted to make sure brothers was taken care of first, man.
That's it, man. These brothers that have met him, I've spent time with King Mashai. Whatever, I knew him personally, and you know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm telling you, man, he's a beautiful man.
Man, he cared about brothers first, more than himself. And so we got those examples, you know, and like you said, Satan. You got the apostles, you know, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, we got the Apostle Ricard with us, Apostle Ramlov. You know, they taught even us ourselves. We didn't do none of that bullshit, man. It wasn't all that wicked spirit out for self. That's Satan. Satan can come in and jump on a brother, but then that's when you got to rebuke Satan. You know, and you got to acknowledge that's Satan, man, because, you know, look, without the brotherhood, and you know what, fuck it, we do got to speak about the brotherhood, true brotherhood. It ain't about setting up a damn cookout and inviting everybody. That's not a brotherhood. That's a thing. That's a thing of confusion. Right. All right. When you're dealing with true brotherhood, that means that what? 1 Corinthians 1:10. We all speaking the same thing. That's right. We're all of one accord. All right. We're not gathered together and you thinking about some higher. All right. He's thinking about Jehovah. He's thinking about Jah. Nah, that's confusion. Yeah. All right. But real, true brothers in one accord. We're supposed to have true brotherly love for each other, man. You know, and really, this is a labor of love. That's why we come out here and bust our ass to upload shows. They've been blocking our shows. They've been taking, these brothers did a bad show that they was doing the other day, and they snatched, they didn't let it go up. And
that
we
getting close to that time of the family.
Yeah, man.
We're getting close to that time.
But you get
it's going to it's too intense.
Too intense. Esau's getting fucked up. It's true. It's really messing them up. And that's why they do this shit to us.
That's why they got Hokab Malone out there. Yeah. He's going hard. He's doing it, but Hokab is weak, man. He's got Hokab Malone. It was so bad. The Hokab is so messed up. He had to go down there and see the apostles.
Yeah.
He actually had to go down there in person and see apostles.
He probably asked for an autograph when the camera shut off.
Pretty much, you know. Well, yeah, but the Apostle Tahar told me they wanted to hang out and let's go get something to eat. Yeah. He wanted to hang out.
Oh, okay. It's on the camera. Okay. It's on the camera.
But he probably even asked for the autograph. Yeah. You could write it in the last one Kodash.
The scripture said when not doing good, know who not doing is good too.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, like check this out. Like what these brothers are saying, right? It's so intense right now that these so-called Jewish gutter rat bastards. What they're doing right now is they're working on legislation to basically make it like a hate crime if you question anything about the Holocaust, if you bring out any information. Henry Ford wrote a book exposing the so-called Jew. And Henry Ford put that book in every one of his automobiles back in the day. Because he went to them for a loan for his business, and basically the interest that they was going to give him the loan on, he was like, you trying to take my business from me. So Henry Ford hated them bastards because of that. And he wrote this book about the inner workings of the so-called Jew. He brought out the truth about them, as well as other people. But they're working on a bill right now that if you question anything about the Holocaust, or you question the fact of them being Jews, they brand you as anti-Semitic and you can be jailed and put in prison behind it. They're working on that right now. I think they're doing it in Europe, in European countries, but they're trying to bring that here to the U.S. now.
Well, that's why the Lord said this. Can I get somebody to read for me? Give me Proverbs 17 and 15 real quick. And then give me Isaiah the 10th chapter, you know? And then you get Isaiah the 5th chapter, 23 around there. Because see, that's what they're doing. That's part of their agenda.
Exactly.
That's their part of their agenda. But the Most High, he said he's going to cut that short, man. In Job, the 21st chapter. But read what you got, brother.
Proverbs 17:15.
Uh-huh.
The heart of the prudent getteth
17:15?
17:15 is fucking 18.
Okay.
Oh, I got it
It's
right.
lucky. I got it. 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abominations to the Lord.
And that's what's going on.
That's right.
With this bill that these so-called Jews are working on getting passed, because we're on their ass. All the information that we're bringing out and the information we got is from other Jewish sources that bring this information out about them being basically Turco-Edomites. Turco-Edomites. They're Edomites.
Yeah.
They ain't white people, they're Edomites. They didn't become white people until 1681 here in America in law. Now the brother in Chicago, the brother Malcolm, he did a video on it a few days ago, and he was putting up showing a so-called Jew speaking about them introducing this bill and they're refining it and they're trying to get it passed. And over in European countries. And another thing they want to do behind that same bill is they want to ban the Bible.
Yep.
Particularly the New Testament, because the New Testament talks about how it was the Jews that delivered up Yahushua to be killed. But those Jews, those were Israelites. That was Judah, Benjamin,
wasn't
and Levi.
y'all.
That wasn't you so-called white people. And the Jews and the Christians during the Middle Ages were both Israelites. The same nationality of people. Okay, you had a group that believed in the Messiah, who were called Christians, who were still Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And then you had those that they kept the law and they didn't deal with the Messiah. They didn't believe that the Messiah came.
Why? Because those were the same people back in the reincarnation, the same Jews that had denied him maybe a few hundred years prior.
Exactly.
You understand? So everything came back in order.
Right. And then the scripture, a lot of people like to bring out, he went to his own and they accepted him not. That was talking about when the Lord went to his own people from the town he was from, because there he could do no great miracle. The town where he grew up in, the people there was like, what? Joseph's son? Boy, the carpenter's son? I remember you when you was little running through here. Boy, get out of here. You talking about you the Savior? Get out of here, Joseph.
A prophet is not with
Joseph's
honor,
boy.
saving his own country.
A prophet is not with honor saved in his own country. That's why the scripture said he went to his own and they accepted him not. The people of his own town where he was from, it said there he really did not too many miracles while he was there. Because he grew up with those people. But they're introducing this bill to try to get you locked up in prison because you're speaking about so-called Jews not being the Jews. They're working on that right now. It's in the pipeline.
Really, you want to know why they want to ban the New Testament? Because the New Testament outright condemns them.
No, of course.
Revelations 2 and 9 and Revelations 3 and 9.
Right. Yep.
It outright says them that say they are Jews, which are not.
Right.
That's why they really want to ban the New Testament.
That's right.
Thessalonians, the second chapter.
Yeah, they want to ban the whole Bible too because they want to push that damn faggot agenda too.
Right.
And they know that Leviticus 20 and 30, all the laws, basically the Bible stands in the way of the so-called white man's New World Order.
A man should not put on a woman's garment.
Isaiah.
There's all see, but then you so-called white people.
Yep.
You so-called white people are just the devil.
That's right.
Okay, that's what we call you that, man, because the Bible totally condemns. That's why Malik Yoba you are already a dead man.
Malik,
all you wicked, evil niggas of our people that want to be faggots and homosexuals and lesbians, you're going to be destroyed. Because the Bible tells you clearly a man is not supposed to say, we will get it. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. So a transgender is against the Bible.
That's right.
A drag queen is against the Bible.
That's totally off.
I got a precept for you.
A woman wearing pants is really against the Bible. Okay?
This is Isaiah 1 and 10. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom, and give ear unto the Lord.
You rulers of Sodom.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it goes again. Showing you, and people, and that shows you how stupid. Here it is, a so-called white man supposed to be so intelligent. To this day, they got all the archaeologists. They know about Sodom and Gomorrah and the other 5 cities, man. All right, and it's recorded what happened. That the Most High came down there with that fire and brimstone. So the Lord said to the rulers of Sodom, who's that talking about, man?
Yep.
Who you think that's the top of these freaks? These same so-called Jews that's passing this bullshit legislation, man. And then even out of their own book, the goddamn Talmud, that speaks about all these different satanic homosexual acts that they perform on kids. All right, and I don't really even want to go into that shit is just disgusting, man.
And them same so-called Jews, a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, they made Satanism an official religion.
Right.
Satanism is now an official religion.
Official religion here in the United States. They got a charter.
Well, they've been there. You know what? Really, let's keep it real. That's really
The Church of Satan.
the Church of Satan. They had that going back to the 60s.
June
That's been an official religion.
But now it's under the 501c3 charter and it's IRS recognized status religion. You know, and the allure to it, they say, is that anybody can come to this church, no matter if you're a freak, a lesbian, faggot. Is that we love everybody.
Well, they had that already. It was called Scientology.
That's the
That's the same thing. You know, because now Scientology is being blown up and everybody finding out what's going on. So now they just coming out with everything.
Who's that? E.L. Hubbard?
Ron L. Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard, who was a student of Aleister Crowley, the Beast. L. Ron Hubbard was a student of Aleister Crowley, and that Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard basically goes back to Aleister Crowley. That's what it is.
Do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. Which Anton LaVey, he wrote something called the Satanic Bible. The Satanic Bible takes everything in the Bible and flip it upside down.
That's the world we live in.
That's the world we live in. So basically, what these demons are doing is, like in the scriptures, it says in the Lord's Prayer, hallowed be thy name, thy will be done in heaven as it is in earth. Well, what they're doing is taking Satan's will and having it done on earth. That's what they're doing, because they flip everything around. Even with the story with Adam and Eve in the Satanic Bible, they say that God was wicked because he didn't accept Cain's offering of some fruits and vegetables when the Most High required a blood sacrifice.
Right.
And that was from the beginning. So in the Satanic Bible, when it speaks about Adam and Eve, basically they're blaming the Most High and saying that Satan is righteous and that the Most High is wicked.
He's a naughty God because he has too many rules.
Right. He's a naughty God because he has too many rules. That's what they have something called the Satanic Bible. That's what they preaching.
Yep. Isaiah 1 and 10 says, hear the word of our Lord, ye rulers of Sodom, and give ear unto the law of our God, ye people of Gomorrah.
That's right. That's right.
Right here in the United States.
And matter of fact, start at verse 9.
It said, except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant.
Right, see? Except the Lord left a small remnant, meaning which is called the elect. That's why we tell you that the truth is really for the elect of Israel. Right. Not every Israelite out here. I mean, these so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, those of Negro and Indian descent, Native American Indians, they are the Israelites, but not all of them going to wake up. A very small portion of them are going to wake up. That's why we're not out here to sit there and try to please. You got people say, well, can you tone it down? That's against the scriptures. The Most High ain't dealing with that, man. He said, cry aloud, spare not. Isaiah 58 and 1. And the Most High is not concerned. He told Jeremiah, he said, don't even lift up your voice for a prayer for these people, man.
Right.
The Most High ready to get busy on the 2/3 of our people, man. You see? So it said, except the Lord had left a small remnant, because why? What you see today, everything is off. Everything is leading into witchcraft and homosexuality, which go hand in hand. That's the secrets of Freemasonry and all that witchcraft is homosexuality, man. All right?
I got real
It
quick.
says, except the Lord of hosts, had left us a very small remnant.
Yep.
We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like a Gomorrah.
Right, we'd be destroyed. All right? And Sodom and Gomorrah was what? 2 of the 5 cities that was doing the same thing these alphabet people are doing, man.
Right.
You name it, bestiality, pedophilia, we call it incest, all of that, man.
What was that place where the mountain or the volcano erupted?
Pompeii.
Pompeii.
Mount Vesuvius, when the archaeologists went over there, they said when they went on the walls, it was homosexuality
Yep.
and zoophilia, which is bestiality, that was paintings on the wall. That's according to their records. That's why the Most High erupted and melted that whole.
Yep.
So how much more you think that happened to America? Which
That's
now,
right.
besides, right? Besides that,
All right.
America has taken to a whole nother level where they're doing operations on changing genitalia on these issues, on these weather things.
Oh, all right.
I'm just trying to say,
What's that? Hello, boy.
Yo, man, let's keep going, bro. Teaching, man.
I'm sorry.
He's emotionally disturbed.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you see the t-shirt? It says morning.
Hey, but that's how it is, man. The word comes out.
Hey, but that's why America is going to be destroyed. The Lord says not that all their confusion. He said, and the Lord says not that all their confusion. That's why America is going to be born with the vessel of destruction. No, it ain't nothing but the devil.
Hey, everything was cool. That's how Satan works.
That's how Satan is.
Everything was flowing.
The word of the Lord is coming up.
Hey, well, always happens. You read the Bible, that always happens. What Bible you read? The scriptures.
We're not. They're spiritual.
We are being spiritual. When our Lord and Savior spoke, when our Lord and Savior spoke, riots broke out. What Bible you read? Get it. It's not for you, man. Get out of here. Yeah.
All these demons coming up.
Yeah. It's all right.
And the Lord said, no effeminate shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Get that 1 Corinthians 6 and 9? Then you got to be a man to deal with this word. You got to be a man to stand out here and trust in the Heavenly Father and His Son. All hell is breaking out. This world is still infested with the nations. The Lord said, unto ye men I cry. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall never happen. When you hear this word, you become at peace with the Heavenly Father and His Son. You know? Says, be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate. And that's what you see, that little mop head, as soon as he came out the spirit zone, that's a white. You know he was coming right. It's a lot of spiritual estrogen amongst our people. That's why I say, hear the word of our power, the rulers of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Holy Father ain't with this. That's right. You got idolatry at an all-time high. Homosexuality at an all-time high. What do you think is going to happen? Get 2 Peter 2 and 6. Talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? The angels came down there and burnt it up.
That's right.
They split the atoms. Now that same technology is here under what you call an ICBM missile. Oh, the Spirit is going to be in those missiles. Which he says is going to come down, bathe in heaven, and come upon Idumea, the people of my curse. You got that, 2 Peter? 2 Peter 2 and 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes. The Lord burned it to ashes. He had the angels come down there, whether they use the so-called UFO, which is the chariots of the Lord, set down fire or split the atoms. There's nothing new under the sun. That technology that Oppenheimer got, Bernard von Braun, or any of them German scientists who came up with the atomic bomb, would later advance it to the nuclear bomb. That's prophesied in the Bible. Right. The Lord said He had created the Smith. You gonna get that? Isaiah 54, what's that? 17. So anything that's gonna happen, the same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah and those 3 neighboring cities, the same that's gonna happen to America.
That's
the
right.
same thing that's gonna happen to Palestine, aka Jerusalem. Because the Lord's gonna clean all this filth. He called it a besom of destruction.
Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Back in the ancient world, you had smith that made swords. The AKA, the code word or the biblical word for sword in the Bible or nuclear missile is sword, or the arrows of the Most High. Even America, this government, when you got a stolen missile, they call it a broken arrow. Meaning that they know that biblically, those are the arrows of the Most High. We don't?
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Who was it? Oppenheimer. He said he had become the harvester or the deliverer of death when they came up with that atomic technology. Now the nuclear missiles have increased to this day. Before they would take an hour to get over here. Now they say they got some missiles to get over here in 15 to 20 minutes. That's why the Lord says it's going to take 1 hour to destroy this world. All this technology, your cell phone, your internet, and it will be televised. This word to be spread out to the four corners of the earth for the Lord's elect. Second, so this revolution or this salvation shall be televised. You know?
And they're bringing forth an instrument for his works.
What's the instrument that the Lord is talking about, the Smith? Those nuclear missiles. And they can't be diffused. Only how a missile can be diffused, they have to be launched. They have to be set off. And there's 100 or 200 missiles inside that one missile.
Matter of fact, that thing that I read right now, that shows you that America gets ready to go into what? A nuclear war.
That's right.
We're in the midst of the Third World War. And while that's going on right here in the home front, all kind of turmoil is going to take place out here in the streets.
Right.
All these idiots that came up here earlier, all these bugged out weirdos, they're gonna be put to death real soon.
That's right.
And you notice that cop came here with his light, he didn't even fucking put on the sirens. He's had lights flashing. They all scattered out of here. So how much more when they really come down on their ass? And that time is very close, man.
You gotta look
All
at
the
it.
joking.
We're in a police state. If you don't believe that, look at all these so-called immigrants that's here, these so-called Mexicans, Latinos, that's getting their door kicked in the middle of the night. We're in a police state. There's cameras on every corner.
On every corner.
You're being checked up on while you're sleeping. Your phone tell you when you wake up. But these people don't sit there and observe and realize what time we're in. When you read the Bible, it says, be circumspect for the days that we're in are evil.
Right, and the word circumspect means what? Look around. Take everything else.
Watch. Stand on your watch. Like the Lord told Habakkuk. What we watching for? Death and destruction. This is the word of the Lord. This is the time of the Lord. When you read Amos 5 and 18, it said the Lord's time is a dark day of darkness.
That's right.
Not light.
That's right.
That's right. No, just to add to you, that's why the Lord gonna kill our people, man. Now when that altercation broke loose, all them little minions came out. Like they want to see a fight.
They want to see a show.
They gonna see. They gonna see a show.
We're gonna be the show.
They're gonna be the show.
You know?
Hey, don't come up here with no madness, Papa.
Yeah,
We're not in the mood today.
It's cool.
This is the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
You come up here with respect.
It says,
I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question, man?
Well, my question is this. Y'all say that these are the darkest times, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Has that not been consistently said throughout the past?
2 Peter's.
go ahead. That's beautiful. Beautiful question.
You can answer that with the scriptures. You can answer that with the scriptures. Real simple.
That's the only way I expect it to be answered.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But you know what the scriptures say? You shall know. Now, if you believe in the scriptures, you know what the scriptures say. You shall know when the end times come. You shall see the signs. And as you look, you watch the news, you watch what's going on in the world today, and you read the scriptures, you can clearly see that this is the end times. Man. That we at the end, man. But go ahead, man.
It says, I'm gonna start at 3. 2 Peter 3 and 3. It says, knoweth this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Right, so in these times, all right, and I don't know if you come in sincere, if you come in to scoff, all right, but it don't make no difference. In these last days, you're going to have people that's going to say, where's the promise? They've been talking about that since my grandmother. My grandmother said the Lord was coming, right? That's what a lot of our people said. But when has it ever been a time like what it is right now, where it's all wickedness, man?
Yeah, tell me about that time. When was that time?
There's never a time like that. That's right. Go ahead.
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were.
Right, all things continue. Business as usual. People waking up, going to work, right? So everything, and that's why a lot of our people, they get caught up into this thing of, oh, the end, America's gonna be here forever. They actually believe this bullshit. And if you were smart in the condition that our people are in, you should be waiting for this place to be destroyed, man. This place ain't been nothing good for our people, man. All right, but our people like to fight against the truth, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Are you with this shit with this dude? What's this dude, man? Malik Yoga, we call him Yoba New York Undercover. He's all down. He's a so-called black man. He's all down with pushing this homosexual agenda. He's all down with the feminization of the black man.
That's right.
Of the so-called black man not being a man no more. It's cool to be a faggot. Hell with that. I'm riding it all the way. Yo, you agree with that, man? Are you cool with that?
I've never been that person. I mean,
Okay, but I'm asking you though. You can look it up. It's on YouTube,
I'll
right?
tell you straight up. My older brother's a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay,
my younger
cool.
brother's a faggot.
Well,
I don't judge people for who they are.
see, but then
because
you're
I'm
wrong.
not
You're
knocking
wrong,
for that.
brother. You're wrong.
Hey,
You're
hey,
supposed to judge
so-
them according to the Bible. Homosexuality is wrong. So according to the Bible, you can judge them.
And I'm going to tell you the facts. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I was born as Jehovah's Witness, and I mean, honestly,
Hey,
y'all
hey,
know about that.
I grew up in that religion. My
So you
mother's
know.
a Jehovah's
So
Witness.
you know.
Yeah.
It's never been okay to really be okay with the whole
Okay,
homosexuality.
yeah, of course.
But through that whole thing, I never believed that it was anything until my little brother was born gay. My little
Nobody's
brother-
born gay, brother.
That's what everybody in my family says, but ever since that boy started talking, that boy been gay.
Well, I'm gonna explain to you what happened. Certain demons just rested upon him.
Right.
Nobody's born that way, man.
And I'll say this. Can I say something? Can I say this? And you know what's going on with that?
We got to get Romans too.
And we're gonna get the scripture in Romans, but
Yeah.
what's been going on has been happening to us here in America. This devil has been they have been waging biological warfare on us through the food that we eat and through the vaccines. Now you're saying your brother, the food that we eat, has estrogen in it. The food has estrogen in it. The food has a chemical called altrazine, which takes male hormones and turns them into female hormones. So what you got going on is you got something called chemical castration that's happening to the men. Also, the water has fluoride in it. Fluoride is a toxin, and fluoride destroys the testosterone in a man's body. Because testosterone is what gives you your strength and what gives you your anger. Testosterone.
Like right now, brother. Even I don't know if that's KFC or Popeyes. I'm just saying this to you. Also, too, I don't know if you're familiar. You should look this up. This is valuable information with this brother's dropping on you. They put chemicals as well in that food.
In that food too.
The chicken and inside the French fries. It's really all chemicals. It's not even natural food no more. It's all chemicals, and it keeps you in a dilapidated state of mind.
Right.
To where it warrants a docile
No,
state.
we ain't telling you being wicked for eating.
No, I'm just
weed
yeah,
chicken
just-
too.
yeah. I'm just making
all
a-
of us are
making a
affected
point.
by it. You know what I'm saying?
And let me bring this up.
That's why they say that, like, they look you wicked because you eating shit.
No.
The weed the shit.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you, what
yeah.
I'm trying to say to you earlier is that what these devils are doing with their biological warfare and this biological engineering that they're doing, they're putting these chemicals out there in the food, and certain of us that get hit with those chemicals, it turns you that way.
Right.
Because they're activating,
keeping this
they're
motherfucker
hitting you
alive.
with
He
these
was gonna get
chemicals
hurt
and it's
tonight, man.
suppressing certain genes and increasing other genes
Yep.
and causing that to happen.
It's like
We're
autism.
not born that way, just like autism. Autism is on the rise because the CDC has a schedule that children are supposed to receive vaccines at a certain age.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
particular vaccine, it's actually 3, the MMR vaccine. When an African American or Hispanic is given that vaccine before the age of 36 months, which is 3 years old, about 340% of the time that child is going to be autistic, but especially the boys. The boys 8 times to every 1 girl. It's a ratio of boys to 1 girl when it comes to autism, and it's because of the vaccines. So that whole thing about your brother is something that they gave your mom, that your mom was taking, something she had.
But now, hold on 1 second.
And in this-
Salakia. Fuck that, man. Like we talked about earlier, you don't know what your little brother did in his past life.
True, that's right. It's spiritual,
The Most High put that in.
It's
And please
spiritual.
give me Romans the first
That's
chapter.
a curse. Yeah,
and
that's a
I'm
curse.
going to prove it. Yeah. The Most High, see, a lot of people, they say, no, the Most High gave them up to them demons for their wickedness that they did, for disobeying his law. That's a demon that's simply to make you think, here it is, you got a rod, and you think about, you want to mess with another motherfucker with a rod. That's a foul spirit. That's an unclean spirit. But there's a reason why. I mean, the elder went to all the scientific, but now we're going to go into what the scripture says.
The spirit is over all that.
Go ahead, brother.
There's 2 sides.
This is Romans 1 and 22.
Start at 18.
And I pointed that earlier, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And this is a very powerful scriptures that explains all of that shit while you got these kids at an early age. Yeah, you go into the influence, the drugs, but it's the Most High. The Most High allowed them and gave them up to that. Go ahead, read it, brother.
It says Romans 1:18. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness.
Right, see, against ungodliness. Going back into all the wicked shit that they was doing, man. All right, don't you know that our ancestors were sacrificing their kids to volcano gods, to all these different deities, to Talmuds, right? So the Lord said all ungodliness, man.
Yeah, shit. Incest.
Up into these idols, into the Roman Catholic Church, into which all religions come from the Roman Catholic Church. All right, but go ahead.
Against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold,
and this is more so talking about our people, go ahead,
who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Right, and then you got our people that sit there and throughout years, going back into slavery, and which we still in slavery anyway, but when it was the actual slavery before the emancipation, all right, which simply just meaning the transferring from one plantation owner to another. Right. But even back then, our people been sitting there reading the scriptures, teaching it the way that the so-called white man taught it, which was upside down, with that bullshit Christianity, all right, talking about the so-called white Jesus. Get Caesar Borgia. You see, here it is, our people, they got the Bible in their house, and that's why you're not learning the Bible the right way, man. You ain't learning the truth in them churches, man. They still teaching you this goddamn bullshit, man. So that's why the Most High is allowing them faggot, homosexual, wicked spirits to get on the rest of Jake, because Jake still got this in their mind. Yeah. The Most High is angry at this, man. This is blasphemy. The Lord ain't never looked like this damn joker, man. Right. Go ahead, bro.
Because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them. For the Most High has showed it unto them.
Right.
For the invisible thing of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
Right, and we can see all the things that the Lord created, right? So we know the Most High, His existence, man. All right, go ahead.
Being understood by the things that are made, even the eternal power of the Heavenly Father.
Right, the eternal power of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
So that they are without
an
excuse.
Right, so there's no excuse. See, this world teaches you to make excuse for people, man.
Right, good.
All right, but it says that they're without excuse. At the end of the day, like they always said, we all was taught right from wrong. So there's no excuse. You sitting up there putting on your mother's fucking high heels and her dress and her bra. Nigga, you supposed to be put to death, nigga.
Right, good.
All right, there's no excuse. Go ahead.
Because that, when they knew the Most High, they glorified Him not as Most High.
Right, and our people never gave the Lord his due, his just due. They went following after this nonsense, following after their own heart. I believe, first of all, you ain't got no right to feel a goddamn thing. The Lord said, my ways are not your ways, man. For as the heaven is higher than the earth, so is the Lord's ways higher than your ways, man. Right. My thoughts are not your thoughts. You see, but you got our people, they'll sit there and try to outdo the Creator, the one that created them, instead of trying to understand His will. Go ahead.
Neither, it says,
that's all right.
Neither were thankful, but became vain.
Right, that's our people, man. They're unthankful, man. Our people are not willing to do what the Lord said. The Lord said, don't eat no pork. Our people, majority of our people, you ain't gonna get them to put that damn pork chop down.
Yeah, God.
Right? Because why? They don't give it. Oh, well, this is what we did. I grew up eating pork, but then they end up getting old, and then the doctor said, you better lay off that pork and you're gonna die. But the Most High been told us not to do those things, man. Right? Go ahead.
But became vain. But became vain in their imagination.
Right, vain in their imagination, setting up all these other different gods and false philosophies, man.
Right.
And their and their foolish heart was darkened.
Right, and their foolish heart was darkened. That's why a lot of our people don't know, and hold your point for a minute. That's why a lot of our people don't know, because when it say foolish heart, that's speaking about your mind. That's right. All right, going back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind. So it said their foolish mind was darkened, so now they can't tell They asked from a hole in the ground. They can't tell why their children are in the scripture. The prophet said that menstruous women should bring forth monsters. Right? They can't tell why, because why? The Lord darkened their mind. At one time, we brought back out in the past, we understood that that was a judgment of the Lord. If a person was born with one arm or maimed, he must have did something wicked in his past life. Going back to Exodus, I think it's Exodus the 20th. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept for you.
Yep.
I got a quick precept for you. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 6. For children begotten.
You sit there and that's big time between our people, man.
Listen to the
majority of so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian families, all the brothers and sisters got what? Different fathers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Majority of them. Very rarely do you find, especially nowadays, do you find someone that just all got the same father and same mother.
Yeah, right.
You see? So that's going into adultery. That's why the Lord said that this is a wicked and adulterous generation, man. Right? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 6. For children begotten of unlawful beds.
All right, and adultery
are witnesses of witness against.
Child is born fucked up. And that's why in John the 9th chapter, we read, they said, who did sin? This son, but hold on one second. Who did sin? This man or his parents? Because that's the proof of it right there. Because sometimes if your parents got together in some wickedness, the Most High will jack them up. And then the apostle quoted about King David earlier. Right?
And another thing too is incest. That's why a lot of these kids come out retarded.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got a lot of.
We got to get to that point in Romans 2.
Want me to hit it again?
No, there's less than more.
No, that's it. That's it. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 6. That's in your box.
But let's get this Romans
1 and 22.
Right. We can go into that too, but I don't want to stray away from, because there's a lot more meat getting to this whole point, because that's a constant thing, an excuse that people make. There's no excuse for being a damn homosexual, a lesbian. If you're one of the alphabet people, you're gonna die. That's your future.
You're gonna be destroyed.
All right? We ain't gonna justify that wicked nastiness, man.
Right. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Right. And that's speaking about our people, man. You see? Go ahead.
And changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like corruptible man.
And that's our people, man. They started making all these different false gods, these idols. And then one of the main idols, this became the main idol in a lot of the black homes. This so-called white, and especially the Latino, forget about it, man. Then they wonder why the Lord bringing those hurricanes down there in Bahamas. That's the judgment of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Running all through them islands, man. Because they got this and that bullshit up there, man. Yeah, go ahead.
And to birds and four-footed.
Right, birds. You got our people praying to damn birds. Right. All right? Going back into the 60s and the 70s, man. Oh, they had all them different African gods, man. New and all that stuff. Because you had a lot of our people growing up into that Africanism.
Yeah,
Egyptology bullshit.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think that's new.
Yeah.
What about the Native Americans?
Native American
Totem
Indians,
poles.
the same thing.
Fucking totem poles and shit like
This
that.
is talking about our people, man.
Totems.
Hey, check this out, and what the brother is saying too. Go back and watch them. If you watch those blaxploitation movies in the 70s, right? One movie that was real popular, I think, was called Coffee. And then there was another movie where Pam Grier was portrayed as Shiva. Shiva is an East Indian god that's worshipped among the East Indians, and Shiva, I believe, always has her tongue out.
8 arms.
With 8 arms and has her tongue out.
You know why her tongue is
Shiva.
out?
She was known as Shiva. Then you also had the movie with Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby, Let's Do It Again.
Yeah.
Now, this particular, they weren't a part of a church. They were a part of a Masonic
The brothers and
organization.
sisters. That was the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
They had the
Shaka.
red. They had the red with the tassels on their head, and they were a part of a Masonic organization. And they was going out there to get the money so they could fund their organization through the boxing thing with Jimmy Walker.
Oh,
That was the other one. I think what was that?
No, you're right.
No,
brother.
Let's Do It Again.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Let's Do It Again. Then you had the movie that Richard Pryor did, where he played 3 characters. Which Way Is Up? Now, in that movie, when Richard Pryor got with the other woman, he was carrying a case of grape juice, and they were at a rally, and his baby, he had his baby blessed by some East Indian priest.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
An East Indian priest put water on his baby's head and blessed him because they were following, in the 70s, a lot of our people were following them different gods that go back to the Middle East.
That's the proof. This is talking about our people, man.
So our people was always doing that.
Yeah.
And now that's recent. That's the 70s. I was born in the 70s.
Yeah. Look, our parents was into this wickedness, man, for generations, and it got passed down. This is the Lord speaking about our people, man. All right, go ahead.
And to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
Yeah.
People worship birds, four-footed beasts, creeping things like a beetle. You got people in Egyptians, they praise the scarab beetle. Four-footed things. People worship grasshoppers, praying mantis, whatever the hell. Locusts, whatever it may be. People are into worshiping these different things that the Most High created.
Lucky Charms. Oh, this is a Lucky Charm, Rabbit's Foot. All of that bullshit, man.
Jake down in Louisiana, they got something called I got the John the Conqueror. You put this root on, take some of this root, and you mix this root on and put it on, can't no evil touch you. They call it the John the Conqueror.
That's right. Go ahead.
Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness.
You heard that? You heard that? The Most High gave them up to uncleanness. And the main uncleanness is that homosexual spirit, man. It's not no fucking gene that's swimming around. No, it's spirits that are on the earth that the Lord allowed to get on you if you're not right.
Can I back you up about the shit?
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, now I know you believe in science.
And hold that.
Now, this came out this month, August 29th, 2019, right? August 29th, 2019. Massive study, this is biology website. Massive study finds no single genetic cause of same-sex sexual behavior. Analysis of 500,000 people suggests genetics make a limited contribution to sexual orientation. I'm gonna read it real quick. Few aspects of human biology are as complex or politically fraught as sexual orientation. A clear genetic link would suggest that gay people are born this way, as opposed to making a lifestyle choice. Now, if you read down, a new study claims to dispel the notion that a single gene or a handful of genes make a person prone to same-sex behavior. Now, you read down, they go all into the study. You know, scientifically, that disproves what you're saying, and we're reading biblically.
Out of the scriptures.
What you're saying.
And because that goes with that's part of the thing that the so-called white man, like one of the brothers said earlier, of turning the Bible upside down, and that's why they're trying to erase the whole thing of gender as well. All right, because in the scriptures it tell you male and female, he created them. The Most High made a man, and he made a woman. All right, it was never no unknown. You know what I'm saying? Androgynous. Yeah, that was off, man.
Well, that proved the white man's a devil. So they're trying to do away with whatever that scripture said. The white man, the so-called white man, because he's not white, he's an Edomite.
Yeah.
They're trying to do away with what the Most High set up. That's all. He's adverse. This so-called white man is adverse to the Creator. Okay? They're Edomites.
Edomites, so-called white men.
Edomite, when you go to Genesis 25 and the 25, 21 in the Bible, it goes into the birth of where these so-called white people originated from and where our people originated from. You understand what I'm saying? When you see a Caucasian person, those are all by names. They're really Edomites. That's their true biblical nationality according to the Bible. Genesis 25 and 21 goes into where they came to be. And guess what? These so-called Caucasians came out of you.
All right, so I got two things.
Yeah.
First one is, where do I find this? Because I see that the reason I'm saying this is because I was just told about something called an apocrypha. Now, I clearly have the King James version of the Bible in my phone. I was trying to actually pull it up while you were talking, but I couldn't find the thing that was being said. So then the gentleman over here showed me this Bible. It says the apocrypha, as the original teachings. Now, where can I find that?
That's a smartphone, right?
Yes, sir.
If you go into the App Store, right? Google, just how you got the Bible that you got on there. Google, put in King James Version with Apocrypha, or KGVA for short, and you can get it on. You can actually buy it from stores, but it's on the app. Yeah,
it's on free.
You actually can download it so you can have it.
Give me one moment. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay. All right. But we're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up this point though. All right.
It says, therefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness.
Right. The Most High also gave them up. So get it out of your mind about people being born gay. That's the bullshit they push, right? To justify that wickedness, man. Ain't no such thing. The Most High gave, the Lord, cause see, look, the Lord's, like he told Cain, He said, look, if you do the right thing, you know, I'm quoting it, paraphrasing it, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
But if you but if you do wicked, then Satan lieth at your door. If you sin, Satan lieth at your door. So if you sin, meaning what? Them spirits are gonna be able to do whatever they want with you, man. All right. If you be wicked, okay. So pretty much all these people that got that spirit, that homosexual, bugged out, foul spirit, they was wicked ass people, whether in this life or in their past life. You see, and that's how the Lord allowed them spirits to get on them, man. Just like when Yahweh Shai rebuked them demons, normally they will what? They'll leave and go jump into what? A bunch of pigs, which are another unclean animals, man.
I got something real quick to back you up.
Yeah. That's another one. Yeah.
This also proves that nobody's born a faggot. This is
right,
Ecclesiastes 7:29. It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions."
Right. So there's no error with the Most High. The Most High is a beautiful precept, man. All right, the Most High made man upright. You can't accuse the Most High, you know, because they'll say, well, look, he was born gay. Why is the Most High? The motherfucker wasn't born gay. All right, the Lord made man upright, but man has sought out many inventions. I mean, now with the elders going into, of course, the other, you know, the so-called white man is the devil. So yeah, they make these gay bombs or whatever the hell they do. They do the what they call it, predictive programming, where they push their homosexual cartoons. Everything you see is gay. Of course, they put that vibration.
Right.
But if you do wickedness, the Most High let them demons get on you.
Thank you.
You see?
Thank
And
you.
overtake you.
Because they got that shit out here. So if that's the case, if they got that much power, if it's all about Esau and his power, then we would all be faggots.
They make that's his. Yep, that's
because
right.
that shit, A-bomb. They you think they haven't put them chemicals in the air already?
Oh man.
But the Lord has already got his elect protected.
That's right.
But if you ain't right, then the Lord gonna let them demons get on you.
Well, they said if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect.
Yeah,
if it was possible.
And then what you read earlier, 1:9, Isaiah. Right? Except the Lord left a remnant.
Yeah.
The Lord left a remnant, man.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Okay, I got a precept for you. That
All right.
what you're talking about, real quick. This is James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High.
That's right. That's beautiful, man. Because you can't blame. And that's a bitch ass spirit trying to blame something on the Most High. It's like somebody that falls out of the truth and try to blame it on the Most High. Really, if you fall out of the truth, you like a faggot, man. Right. That's what a faggot would do. You try to blame everybody but its damn self, man. You know? Yeah, no accountability, and that's what they're doing now. And they push that spirit so far, they're conditioning people to actually side with. Ain't no siding with them, man. Leviticus 20:13 says what? They're supposed to be put to death.
That's right.
And their blood should be upon them. There's no talking, giving them counseling. That's the thing of this world, man. But it's all gonna come to an end. Because why? The Lord's getting ready to turn the lights out on America, man.
I can't wait, man.
Scripture say the Lord's going to put out the candle of the wicked.
See, when death and destruction comes, that's when people going to be all messed up, man. Like this nigga, Malik Yoga. You know, I never liked that nigga.
Yeah.
I never liked him. I always knew he was a faggot. I always, I'm not surprised. I always knew he was a
talk about he
faggot.
got on a float and sat next to the tranny that he's in love with, that he says he is and he ain't. I felt so much pride sitting up there, man.
He had so many demons on him.
Well, he's on live TV saying he put on a dress.
But they call it gay pride. Yeah. Now the scriptures say pride goes before destruction.
That's right.
Right? And a haughty spirit before a fall. Because now they sitting up there proud walking. What? You don't know about gay? You ain't get like gay is the wave now. Yeah. To be a part of that alphabet, you popping. If you're not, then you wicked. Yeah. According in their eyes.
Yeah.
The Lord said, love not this world.
Right.
These are things that are in
1 John 2:15. That's another good one. See, it go back to the scriptures. The Lord gave us the right way, like the scriptures the brother brought out. The Lord made man upright. Man has sought out many inventions,
This is
man.
Babylon. That's why you know this is Babylon. Well, you see, but guess what happened? When you go back in the Bible, every time a kingdom got super duper wicked like this, it got destroyed.
That's right.
Answer to your question. During the time of Noah, the same shit was going on. Faggot, lesbian, it was just like now. What did the Lord do? If you believe in the Bible, he sent the flood and drowned all them goddamn faggots and freaks.
And that actually happened.
And that actually happened.
Yes.
The white man documented that happened during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. What did he do? He sent fire upon them faggots and freaks and lesbians.
In 5 cities.
So what these people here think is gonna happen to them, man? All this freak faggot shit. And then it's like, if you ain't with it, there's something wrong with you.
Right,
That's why I
right,
did a video, which they took it down. The LBGT shall be destroyed.
That's right.
They mad because the fight was Anthony Joshua and Ruiz rematch is going to be in Saudi Arabia. So the faggots are not allowed to come to the country.
Good.
That's good.
So they're protesting the fight. And for whatever reason, they're picking on Anthony Joshua because they're saying he should protest the fight and he should cancel the fight. he should make a stand for the LBGT community.
They way beside themselves,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, that's why. That's the fashion of this world.
Yeah, he's under attack by the LBGT community because he won't cancel the fight. You want this man to cancel it, that's how he make his money.
And really, if you want the truth, you got to be of a certain caliber, man.
Yeah.
Right? And Yahweh Shai said it straight up in Luke the 14th chapter. If you got a homosexual brother, mother, sister, I'm pretty sure every brother right now is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you're supposed to cut them off, man. All right? And that's why it goes with Yahweh Shai said, you got to love me more than you love your own self. So that way you don't sit there and get weak. A lot of people say, well, come on, I got a gay uncle, a gay aunt. That don't mean, the motherfuckers is wicked. And then the Lord said it clearly in Matthew the 12th chapter. He said, look, who's my mother, my brother, and sister? Pointed at the disciple. He that doeth the will of the Father, which is in heaven, the same as my mother, my brother, and sister.
If you have a son, my father told me, my earthly father, if you ever become a faggot, just don't ever come in front of me again. Keep on moving.
And that's a fact. It might seem like some cold, right. It really is not cold-hearted, man.
That's real.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's righteous heart.
I love that. And you know what? I would say the same thing to my son.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
If my son become a faggot, ain't no okay, well, still my son. No.
Yeah.
I don't know you. Don't come around me or I'll kill you.
Hey, this is Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord.
Right, and that's what it boils down to. If you love the Lord, or if you love your emotions or this world, that's what it boils down to. If you love the Lord, you're going to what?
Hate evil.
You're going to hate evil. Anything that's against the scriptures, laws, statutes, and commandments, you're going to hate it. And you're going to pray. And if you ain't got it in you, you're going to pray to the Lord in sincerity for him to put that spirit in you. All right? Because at the end of the day, they said, let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling. If I got siblings or whatever that's homosexuals or that's in the Roman Catholic Church or whatever, that's their issue, man. All right, they don't want to hear the truth, to fuck them. That's their issue. All right, like, look, we spoke about Lot. Lot didn't give a damn about his own, and he loved, of course he loved, you know, the man with a woman, he loves a woman. We all love, we got women, we love our women, but we don't give a damn. If you want to sit there and do what the Lord said not to do, you on your own. You on your goddamn own. Lot got the hell out. Lot ain't look back.
That don't concern with me. I don't concern with that.
Yeah, that's right.
With that.
Who said it? My man, Jose. I don't concern with that.
He said, ye that love the Lord, hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked.
And that's the faith. And that's the faith. You see, we got that faith. That's why we don't give a damn. We know what we saying is against what people believe and all that. But we got faith that the Lord is going to deliver us, man. And we living in that time, man. That's why everything is happening the way that it is, according to the prophecies, man.
I got something for you.
Oh, okay,
quick.
You got,
this is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 12 and 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
That's straight.
For the Most High.
Right, and see, now, I'm sorry, brother, I don't mean to stop.
No, go ahead.
Cut you off. But look,
right
speaking
ahead.
about what the Lord said, the Most High hateth sinners. They got this new thing with new speech. Oh, this is a hate group. That's a new thing that they're trying to push out there. All right? When here it is, they showed us nothing but hate.
Good.
Right.
But now they're going to sit there and make laws talk about hate. And guess who the hate crimes really is aimed towards us? Because we're teaching what the Bible said.
Right.
And the elder just read it, that the Most High hated sinners.
Yeah.
What's a sinner? Sin is what? The transgression of the Most High's commandments. First John, what's that, 4 and 3?
Yep.
3
And
and 4,
the churches have this thing they've been teaching for years. See, brother, God doesn't hate the sinner, but he hates the sin.
hates the sin,
That's a goddamn lie. I'm going to read it again.
That's right.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6.
And the scriptures,
For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Not only does the Most High hates, the Most High is going to preserve them for the day that he punishes them.
That's why some said when the wicked be multiplied is for the destruction.
That's right, yeah. That's why the Lord is letting the LBG, whatever, the BLT.
Got that? John 7:7?
Yeah, the BLT community grow.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that, Zion?
O-S-K-A-R.
John 7:7.
John 7:7?
Yep. See, the world can't hate you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this whole thing about hate, see, the Most High hated sinners. The scriptures say, love the good and hate the evil.
That's right.
Period. So we ain't supposed to love you. We ain't supposed to have special consideration for you because you're my aunt, or you're my uncle, or you're my sister. Or we came up from the sandbox. And it just happens that you were part of the alphabet. Fuck.
And what the Lord say? Yahweh Shai said, he that's not with me is against me.
And I'm not helping
either
you,
or.
man. And that's right. And I ain't helping you, man. You got a cousin or whoever or brother and you become a faggot. I ain't giving you no fucking money. I ain't giving you
Yeah,
no
fuck you. Hey, man.
no rides.
Yeah.
I ain't helping you move.
Yeah, man, brother, shit. We
Shit,
talk,
man.
through the
You
spirit
can
of the
stop.
Lord, we live it.
You can starve.
Hey, because, hey, scripture say two can't sit together, at least they be agreed. I'm going to get some pussy. You talking about doing some other shit. We ain't got nothing in common.
And the same thing goes for the lesbians.
Yeah, the same thing goes.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for you
Lapping
dykes.
up every damn
That's a
thing.
new thing. Now, a lot of these idiots out here. Yeah, that's my girl though, man. She's a badass. That's my girl. You a faggot, man. Or you're a weirdo. Anyway,
Yeah, because a woman ain't supposed to be with a woman. That's
right.
That's more nonsense that the so-called white man put out there, man. And it's this wickedness, man.
Sex is
You
for
know?
reproduction, not just for pleasure,
Yeah.
but to reproduce the nation.
That's right, man.
Lapping
Really
up
is-
on it. You know what? They show you how backwards and wicked it is. Whether it's two homosexuals or lesbians, you got one that's the alpha and one's the beta.
right.
Show you that they know in nature, one's supposed to be the man, one's supposed to be the woman.
But really, and when you look at it, they be looking confused
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah.
Because the one that's supposed to be the alpha, and then she be,
This is Babylon.
because you be out,
Earth will be destroyed.
Yeah, man.
It's a brain
It's just,
twister.
it's just confusion,
Yeah,
man.
yes. This is John 7:7. The world not hate you, but me it hated.
Right, this is the Lord. The Lord said the world cannot hate you, but me it hated. And see, a lot of these people sit there and say, oh, I believe in Jesus Christ. I love the Lord. No, you don't. You're a goddamn liar. Because we said, a lot of you, if we tell you that the Lord didn't look like this dog, this mangy mutt, that the Lord was a so-called black man, you're going to hit me with what does color matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
That's
you're a
deflecting.
goddamn liar, man.
That's deflecting from the truth.
Yeah, because for all these centuries, when he looked like this, it never mattered.
Right, it was all good.
No,
No, it was all good.
Yeah, it was okay. But now that the truth is out that this is what the Lord
That's right.
looks like, now color don't matter.
Yep.
Now color don't, it's a
All right,
psychological
brother.
thing.
All right,
It's a
brother.
psychological thing. This devil been raising hell for the last 500 years with this bullshit right here in the forefront of it, the lie. Now that we bring the truth out, now there's a problem. Oh, well, wait a minute. Well, why does color have to matter?
And the white men don't have that in their house.
For
Only
truth's
our
sake.
people.
It matters for truth.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth.
And now, you know what? That's a good point. Because a lot of time, when I'm working, if I work in one of these damn devil's houses, you know, be out there on these jobs and stuff in the suburbs or whatever these crackers are, they don't got that picture of Caesar Borgia
They
up
don't
in
have
there,
this
man.
in their house.
They have a
You
moose,
know?
they have a moose head or a deer head.
Yeah. Or maybe a drawing of their grandfather.
You're right.
Yeah, Vanderbilt or somebody, you know? It's only
He sort of got that up there.
that was for niggas, man. That was to fuck niggas up and keep niggas stupid, man. All right, and keep you going off, man.
Psychological
This guy,
warfare.
that's a homosexual right there.
All
man.
the years that we've been out here teaching, I mean, we go back 20 years, you had Edomites. When we was teaching down in New York, you would have Edomites come up numerous times every week. So-called white people would come and say, that's not Jesus. Jesus was black. So like I said, that was for dumb niggas and
Yep.
Spanish people, Latinos,
Yep.
and Native Americans. That was for our people.
That's right.
Okay, because the white man knows that the Lord the Messiah was a black man.
Yep, that's coming about. Yep,
Good.
that's right.
The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil.
Right, so if the Lord was here, he'd be doing the same thing you see us doing, man.
That little faggot that was here earlier.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't know the Lord. That would not happen. Nigga, that means you don't know the Lord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the Lord of flies.
Oh, no,
I was
he
waiting. We were waiting for him to leave. Lord of
Yeah,
flies.
you know what I'm saying?
You know, weirdo Puerto Rican guy standing over there. You know when Melee broke out, he came
Oh,
up,
the young, oh, no,
I ain't the man of the Lord.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He came up. He said, "You guys are
Oh, okay, yeah.
God said this supposed to
I
be
didn't know if
spiritual.
y'all knew him. He said he was like he knew you. So I said maybe.
Oh yeah, do the dread.
Oh, he got offended.
Yeah, when y'all was down there, he started talking shit. That's how I know y'all ain't the man of the Lord. Look all that stuff happening.
Yeah.
Oh, he said that? Oh,
Yeah.
Bitch
That's
ass
what I said,
nigga.
nigga, you don't know the
He
Lord.
pulled up and said, "Hey, watch this."
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah?
did. Yeah, he had that face. We read his spirit.
He found himself inside that sewage system. You know, hey, the angels of the Lord is out here, man.
He's saving these
He didn't
niggas.
want you to.
Hey, as we get closer, you're gonna see more demonic demons on these people.
yeah?
Are gonna be enhanced.
Well, he probably at home because the spirit had us getting down on these, you know, dimming these faggots, these homos.
Knock a white man out, then he would have said.
Yeah. Hey, that's our worst
Who
enemy.
talking about
There's some other mop head little nigga.
That was right here earlier. Yeah, but anyway.
See these niggas, and these are so-called street guys.
Yeah.
Man, that's
They're
what
faggots.
they're faggots.
Yeah.
All that mean mugging shit you see these niggas walking around, they faggots because they would not bring it to
That's
Esau.
like looking at a woman. That's like looking at a woman mean mugging.
Yeah, the fuck?
Like a woman, you can go to like, you laugh at her.
Well, you talk about Massachusetts, you always had a bunch of weirdos. I used to live up here. Me and Apostle Gabal, Ram Lab used to live up here. We used to live up here. We lived over 2 hours away. It was at Fall River. These niggas up here was always on some weirdo shit.
Yeah, come.
Okay?
South Park.
Like Apostle Tahar said, funny style. These niggas up here is always over there in Fall River and up there, niggas, funny style niggas, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, like we read, except the Lord. See, the brothers, like a brother such as yourself and other brothers that are in the Most High put a special spirit on y'all
Special
brothers.
spirit
man.
on y'all, man.
He kept so y'all wouldn't get that demonic shit. Because even when we at Bridgeport, Connecticut, there's another bugged out wicked. Well, that's a super grimy wicked ass zone. And the Lord, the Lord protected us from, every brother from whatever part that you grew up in. The Lord got to protect you from them spirits because why? This world is nothing but a bunch of demons out there, man. Waiting to just jump on and devour you. And now once you woken up, the key thing is to endure. You got to endure to the end. The brothers got any more?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
No. If brothers don't got no more, we can close it out. Close it out with this.
Yeah. Close it
All right,
out
go
with
ahead.
that, yeah.
It says, wherefore the Most High
about right,
also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
See, through the lust of their own hearts. Go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies.
Right, to dishonor their own bodies, man. I mean, we had to come straight with homeboy. All right, that's the only way we know how to come, really. But that's what the Lord said. How do they dishonor their own bodies? By doing what? Those homosexual acts, man. Right, go ahead.
Hey, can I say this?
Yeah.
You read Mark 7:21. It said, what proceedeth out of the hearts of men? Adultery, witchcraft, uncleanness.
Yep.
That's why the Lord said, my ways are higher than yours, and the heaven is higher than the earth, so my ways higher than yours. That's why he said, seek him. Because the Lord, scripture said, the creature was made subject to divinity. When you learn this knowledge, when you read James 3:17, it says, peaceful coming from on high, then you become higher learning. This is the real college.
That's right. This is the truth. Hey, and eventually the Lord, see, the scriptures say that a lot of the wicked should not rest upon the righteous, at least the righteous put forth his hand into iniquity. And it's to a point now, and then Yahweh Shai said he's going to cut that time short. So if not, no flesh will be saved. So the Lord's going to come and deliver us soon because look at what this place is turning into, man. Right? Eventually you ain't even going to be able to go to the goddamn corner store. It's getting so damn bad with all this bullshit, man.
It's still in Ezekiel 94, the men that sign cry for all the abominations.
Yep, that's one of the top abominations, man. All right? Go ahead.
Wherefore,
not to cut you, it's getting to the stay right there. It's getting to the point where like you looking like I'm looking over here, I see a woman from here look like a woman. You looking, and it might be a woman, it could be a man.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then if she is, if you actually find out she is a woman, one, you got to worry about what kind of diseases she got. Then two, you got to worry about if she's, which they all a bunch of gold diggers getting caught up. These women are trying to get you trapped up and locked up with the cops and shit. Okay, and that's why a lot of these, like lately you got, what's his name? AB, Antonio Brown. All right, lately he was the one that fell victim to that. Which, I mean, he's an idiot. He did a lot of stupid ass, dumb, bugged out shit.
Well, my woman,
but
last week, that nigga from Chicago, he went down to Florida, and the Mexican bitches set him up and got him killed.
Okay.
Robbed him and shit. I don't know if they caught them yet, but they bitches set you up to put to death.
Because, hey, man, listen, man, you got to pray to the Lord, man. Like the scripture speak about walking through the valley of the shadow of death. You know what that's talking about? Here, in America. Right? That's all about America, is the valley of the shadow of death.
And that's what the scriptures say, too. The scriptures are looking out upon a woman for her beauty.
For her beauty.
You got to use wiggle. A bitch might look good, but she could be there. You got bitches like
that.
Yeah. I know the bitches that set niggas up to get robbed.
Cardi B.
There you go. She don't really even look good to me.
When she bring you back to the crib, she got some Grammy niggas in the closet waiting to rob you. That's been going on for years. That's
That's been MO. They show you in that movie, what was it, the Denzel Washington, Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Remember the chick, come here, help me, set you up.
Set you up.
So see, that's for you brothers. That's for you brothers out there that's watching. You brothers use wisdom, man.
Yeah, you gotta stay prayed up, man.
Yeah, stay prayed up. Keep your medicine strong. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with going to get you a little piece of
we love
box or whatever, man. But brothers, don't be simple, man.
Yeah.
Don't be all out there going to the bar, the club, and you all drinking that. Yo, she fine. Don't be like that. You're gonna be circumspect, man. The scripture say walk circumspect.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Don't be out here acting like a regular nigga.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point, and even, like I said, it's online, you can look it up. Judge Joe Brown, he was sitting there cutting the hell out of that faggot, Malik Yoga. He hung up the phone on him, but he made a true point. He said now what they're doing is stopping the interaction, which is a natural interaction between a man and a woman. Because now you got all these hoes lying, calling rape, talking about some fucking Me Too, right? Then you got these women, now a lot of these women, men turning into women and not telling men that they women. Then the man finds out and killed the fucking thing. Then they lock the dude up, saying that that's wrong, right? That's just wicked. Who's asking?
I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We on YouTube right now? GOCC now.
Oh, okay. They might be down the street. I don't know. That's a different. That's not us.
They're in another galaxy.
You said good? Oh, okay. All right.
Cool, yeah.
Tell them we said hi.
We said hi.
All right. Let's continue. Then.
Yeah,
Let's
continue
continue.
reading the scriptures. Okay, cool. Thank you. Keep watching.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
All right.
Keep watching.
All right. We in the middle of something. You kind of interrupted. No, that's all right. Yep, that's okay. Let's go ahead. Let's finish.
It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Right, to the lust of their own hearts, go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies.
To dishonor their own bodies.
Between themselves.
Between themselves. All right, so that's when you get two homosexuals and you get two lesbians getting together with each other, they dishonoring their body. Go ahead.
Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie.
Right, and that's why you got, like we said, Malik Yoga, that fucking faggot. You got him sitting up there talking about I'm stepping the fuck up. All right, I want to. You said I'm a frontliner for the transgender movement. All right, I'm attracted to transgenders. You see what they doing? They're changing the truth of the Most High into a lie. Because then you'll have a lot of these jokers that sit there and say, well, look, God loves them too. What God are they talking about? Right. They can't be talking about the creator of heaven and earth, the God of the Holy Bible. All right? What God are they talking about? They talking about the God of this world, man.
See, that dude that was up here, the heavyset dude, that answered, look, man, first of all, this world got to be destroyed.
That's right.
It got to be destroyed. When things are to that point,
Yep.
It got to be destroyed, man.
That's good. That's what you say.
Right.
Changing the truth of the Most High into a lie. In this world, they teach you that you're born a homosexual. That's a fucking lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Change the truth of the Most High the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
The creature.
Yep.
For this,
Which is really they worshiping the philosophy of the devil.
That's right. That's right.
Which
Yep.
is Esau, which is what we talking about, man. That's what we talking about. They worshiping this homosexual faggot shit. Okay, go ahead, man.
For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affection.
Oh.
It's lucky.
No, you break it down.
You got it.
Because you was going into the reincarnation.
Yeah.
Nobody's born like that.
Nah,
the Most High gave him up to
Absolutely
that.
not.
So that answered that dude's question. The dude that hung around.
That's right.
Okay. Like he was born like that.
Yep, because
Right?
the scriptures talk about
He's eating his chicken, man.
the scriptures talk about the scriptures talk about arming yourself with the armor of the Most High, which is the scriptures, and then also talks about the fiery darts of Satan, which are those demons, right?
He came up like a demon.
So with these scriptures protect you from them demons, the fiery darts of Satan. Now, if the Most High takes that hedge off of you, them darts or them demons are going to penetrate and overtake you. That's them faggot demons, them homosexual demons.
Right.
Also, if you get too much into, it's cool to have, don't get all too much into women to the point where it's like a woman worshiping, because the Most High will send them fucking crazy lust demons after you too. And you might find yourself doing some crazy shit.
But the scriptures say of women come wickedness. All right, and that's the truth. All right, so yeah, that's right. You gotta, hey, like when the Rasta Skate slut started going crazy. But you do, I think it was Apostle Boy, he said you got to limit your time around these women. And that's the scriptures. 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter said they that have wives be as though they had none.
That's right.
Meaning that you limit your time. You're not there. You ain't always sitting there, wifed up and everything, man.
Yeah, cut.
The weekends is for our time to get together. Nah, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah.
We got women, but look, man, they know.
Right.
We're out here serving the Lord.
We get a chance to do something, we do. We don't, we don't.
Like it, we can't.
They don't like it, they can leave.
That's right.
That's right. Videos. You gonna get with brothers and videos? I got a spot. I gotta handle business.
Establish that out the gate.
Yeah.
Out the gate. You establish that out the gate. That's how it's going down. That's how it's going to be. Yeah.
I'm going to do a video. I'm going to bother you. They leave you alone.
Yeah.
It says, for this cause, the Most High.
But of course, brothers, don't be simple. If you got a woman, hey, you deal with her accordingly. But you got to put it in perspective. The time that we in, the scriptures tell you the time is short. They that have wives be as though they had none. All right, because the time is short. Yahweh Shai is about to make his return, man. He's coming back here to lay judgment down, and you don't want to get caught on the other side. All right? Go ahead.
For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affection.
See, it said the Most High gave them up to vile affection. He let them spirits get on them. So that's why they became nasty, abominable homosexuals and lesbians and so forth and so on. Go ahead.
For even their women did change.
Even their women. Because it wasn't natural, like you mentioned Cardi B and all these Nicki Minaj and all these other so-called women, prominent women that's up there, Rihanna, they're all famous and they're a bunch of sluts and lesbians. You see them doing girl-on-girl activity. That wasn't, now you gotta hold your peace.
You gotta hold your peace. Hey, the scripture said women is to remain silent in the church.
That's right. You listen and listen.
Okay, so you gotta listen.
But now, the thing is, with the scriptures saying that wasn't so. Our women wasn't doing that shit. You see these women making out with each other. That's wickedness, man. Right. So that's why we know that the Bible is the truth. And this is the Lord. He said he gave them up to them demons. Those are foul, nasty spirits that's on them. So go ahead, read on.
For even their women did change the natural use.
They changed their natural use. What's a natural use? A woman's supposed to be with a man. Right. All right, and then I'm gonna bring out this other bombshell, if you will. A man can have as many women as he wants.
That's right.
According to the scriptures. All right, but now in this day and age, we don't encourage brothers to do that, because why? You don't got the time for that. Right. But just putting things in perspective. But now, whereas a woman's only supposed to have one man, one husband.
The woman was created for the man.
Right.
Not the man for the woman.
Not the man for the woman. Right, and then if she dies, if you're not old enough of that age,
then you can marry again. I'll be above skin. This is your 60s, 3 scores. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because when a woman gets older, when you got an older woman, when she gets
Hold
older
on right now.
years,
We breaking something down.
she kind of loses that feeling of being with a man after a
Yep.
while.
Yeah, right. And then that's understood, right?
That's understood. She don't have to remarry.
That's
You got a
right.
70-year-old woman and her husband died. Yeah, she can't bear children. She don't have to remarry if she don't want to.
Yeah, and normally at that time she tends to when you read in the scriptures, they tell you what the woman did. They lodged the saints and stuff like that, right? So that's showing you how far our people went off. And that's why the Lord is bringing destruction. Majority of our people are going to die.
That's right.
For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And and likewise also the men.
And likewise also the men. Right. So that's why you got all these goddamn homosexuals undercover. Well, they ain't even undercover no more. You can't even say one time it was a down low bro thing or whatever. Now it's they out of the covers.
That's how we know. The dude asked earlier, how do we know it's end? That's how we know it's an end time.
Right.
Because now, back during Sodom and Gomorrah, they got so bold with it now. They was trying to knock Lot's door down to get at them angels. It's getting to that point now, man. It's getting to that point now.
Yeah, come to the door. Hey, that went into your house.
Right.
That's right.
That's how bold they got inside of it.
That's crazy.
It's getting to that point now.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Leaving the natural use of a woman. Showing the natural thing, the right thing to do is for a man to be with a woman. That shows you that the white man is the devil to make laws trying to say a man can marry a man and sanction that. That was never holy.
Right.
Yeah. That's an abomination.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 3:9.
Yep.
It said, to show their countenance doth witness against them.
Right, and that's heavy for earlier. To show their countenance doth witness against them. And if you look at the majority of our men, they don't walk around with they clean shaven. Right. Some of these niggas wear makeup, eyeliner,
pocketbooks.
Right. Yeah, you can look at them. Their mannerism. They got that effeminate nature, man.
They get their eyebrows done.
Yeah, they get their eyebrows plucked off. You see, which is off, man. So the scriptures say to show their countenance is your face. Go ahead.
And they declare their sin as Sodom.
As Sodom.
They hide it not.
And they hide it not. And now they out the closet. They're not hiding it. Now, if you a straight man, you got to kind of take a back stand. All right? Everything is against a heterosexual man.
Yeah, toxic masculinity, they call it.
That's right.
Now it's a fucking disease.
It's like a disease to be, you talking with too much bass. I don't like the way you talk to your woman. First of all, how I talk to my woman is none of your motherfucking business.
That's right.
Oh, you talking to your children. You shouldn't be yelling at your children. What business of yours is it? With that toxic masculinity, where they basically it's a disease and a crime to be a man.
Right.
But now the scriptures, the Lord said, remember yourselves, men.
That's it. Isaiah 46:8. Right. It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul.
Destruction unto them.
That's right.
For they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
That's right.
That's
and
right.
they did it to themselves.
See, because we grew up in a man's world.
That's right.
Well, even then it was fucked up, but I grew up in a man's world, man. I grew up around.
It was a lot manlier than what it is
It was
now.
a lot manlier than it was now. This is a faggot, punk ass world. No, sister,
you
really, you're not supposed
yeah,
to say
you got.
that.
Hold your order. Hold your order.
And then we could read the scripture. It says women are to be silent in the church. You in church, this is the church right here.
That's right.
So really, women are y'all just supposed to listen, man. Because in this society,
ask your husband.
Ask your husband
at home.
Go ask your husband.
Okay, so then you got to get a husband.
You got to get a husband. Read the matter of fact. Let's read it.
Yeah, get it real quick.
Let us bring it out.
Yeah. First Timothy 2 and get First Corinthians.
Women are too out of order in this society.
Yeah,
man.
they feel too.
But up there, we ain't dealing with that, man. We ain't dealing with that up there. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. That's why. You know what? Yeah.
No, but ended with this, man.
Yep.
Did you make your point? I'm sorry.
No,
the point was made. Read that, and then we're gonna close up.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, 34 and 35. Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory.
Yeah, well, that's it.
It says, this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 33 down to 35. It says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion. Right? Now, when you read down, it starts speaking about the women And this is because one reason Yahushua, when the world calls Jesus Christ, he had 12 disciples that followed him. How many of them were women? 0. All right? Because that office was given to the man, the flock of the Most High pastor of men. The job of the woman, the man was, can somebody get that? 1 Corinthians 11:3? All right? The Most High created man to serve him and created the woman to serve the man.
That's right.
All right?
Now, when you read the book of Titus,
and Mary, and the one, because a lot of women jump on Mary Magdalene, she was in order. She wasn't going around mouthing off, but Yahushua cannot say that. No, she sat there and started watching and anointing Yahushua's feet with a, you know, so how many women are on that level? Just saying.
blessed is a man that have a quiet and humble woman.
That's right. A woman is supposed to be quiet and humble, man.
That's attractive.
That's attractive.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man.
See, and women in this society don't want to rock with that.
Right.
Even women that claim to be in the truth.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, a lot of women that claim that they Israelite women and they believe in the word 50, but they still don't want to come into order. Go ahead, brother.
So that brings forth nothing but confusion, man. All right? So the Lord said, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches and the saints.
This is the church. Wherever the men of the Lord are gathered together, we in church right now.
That's right.
The Bible says that Most High dwelleth not in temples made with man's hands. So we don't got to go in no building and have a building or a church. This is the church right here.
That's right.
We're the temple of the Lord.
The scriptures say where two or more are gathered, the Spirit of the Lord is right there. So that's the church. All right? Now, it's verse 34. It says, let your women keep silence in the churches. For let your women keep silence. Let your women keep silence in the churches.
And see, and that's the problem with a lot of these churches. You got these women out of order, calling themselves preachers, pastors, running around. Some of them be on a minstrel rag. And then you got other Israelite camps as well that sit there and allow women's service and everything. That's out of order, man. Women got their job and their duty, but it's not here with the men.
It's not our job.
All
Your
right?
job is different from our job. This is our job.
And if it's going to break it down, because say if a woman do want to learn, it's going to give it to you.
Yep. So this is verse 34. It says, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
It's not permitted for them to speak while you in the church, when you're in the congregation of the men. That's out of order. Completely. Right? Go ahead.
But they are commanded.
They are commanded. This is a command. This is the New Testament. And a lot of these women in these churches, they don't like this and they try to get around it, but you can't. It said they are commanded. Go ahead.
But they are commanded to be under obedience.
To be under what?
Obedience.
Obedience, meaning you got to obey. Go ahead.
As also saith the law.
As also saith the law. All right.
And if they will learn anything.
Right, because there are some women that might be sincere and want to learn. Right? If they will learn anything, go ahead.
Let them ask their husbands at home.
Let them ask their husbands at home. All right, because why? Even still, a woman's not supposed to talk to her husband in the midst of the church. She's supposed to be quiet. Now, if a woman don't have a husband, she's got to get herself a husband.
And how you do that? Pray to the Lord.
Yeah.
Pray to the Lord to send you a husband that will take you.
Yep. And get yourself in the right spirit.
And get yourself in the right spirit to deal with that husband.
Yep. There's a little bit more.
Yep.
It says, if they will learn anything, let them ask their husband at home, for it is a shame.
Woo!
It is a shame for women to speak in the church.
That's right. That's the spirit.
So we can close it up on that.
Yep. So yeah, with that, we give all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Rafah
Kadash, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brothers.
Hallelujah.